Hi guys, my name is Braylon, and today I'm sitting down to talk to you about the Leo new moon solar eclipse. And I just want to let you guys know, just bear with me throughout the readings and stuff like that, because I'm not 100% better. I still have a tad bit of a fever and, a little bit of a cough, but that is not going to stop me from sharing messages about such an important full moon today, you guys. Or full moon. Not yet. Not yet. Not time for the full moon yet, but about the important new moon. So I do have some notes here. I didn't take many notes, but I have some notes just in case I draw a blank or something like that. I just like to be kind of prepared. I might add to my notes here and there. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty much just going to be seeing what comes up as far as the channel today. And then, as always, at the end of my videos, I pull a oracle card. Sometimes I use my tarot cards, but today I'm definitely going to be using my Wisdom from the House of Night deck because I like to use this on new moons. And yeah, we're just going to get some messages out of here today, especially because we have a Strength card. I have this at the bottom. So I've already shuffled and I've got all my cards over here. And so, before we get into the tarot cards, I'm just going to channel a little bit about this new moon, talk a little bit here and there, about just my experience with this energy so far. I have been noticing that a lot of people are just going through like random pain or like illnesses. For me, it's just more so, I don't know if the fever has something to do, well, it has something to do with temperature for sure. And I don't know if it's Mars, like the whole blood pressure thing. I'm not really sure. I feel like our health and spirituality are linked right now. I'm somebody who always thinks that when I get sick, it's a very spiritual, reasoning behind that. I'm a very deep thinker in that way. So I'm not really sure as far as what you guys believe when it comes to that. But if you are, if you have headaches, I've been hearing a lot about headaches, stomach aches. It really depends on where Leo energy is for you this whole Leo season. And I just feel like, that has something to do with the frequencies going on in the universe right now. We've got this Lion's Gate energy opening. Well, it's been opened. It's going to, kind of be closing out tomorrow around the 12th, I want to say. Don't quote me though, because I'm very new to the whole Lion's Gate thing. But I just know about portals and stuff like that in the universe opening up, and, the North and the South nodes still being in Aquarius and Leo. So you guys, this is the third eclipse that we've had. And I've been doing a lot of watching of astrology. I've been watching the Leo King a lot because he's just been really speaking to me lately. I have a Taurus moon. He has a Taurus moon. So if you're looking for new astrologers to check out, especially, well, I would say Leo King is always good to watch. He's been really great to watch. I mean, I didn't know about the guy for a while, but the North Node is in Leo. So right now, Leo astrologers are really capable of tapping into the truth about destiny and stuff like that. So I feel like, just like when it becomes Virgo season, I really like to listen to Virgos speak, you know what I mean? Or, when there's new moons and stuff like that. So at the end of the month, it might be good to watch like Pisces speak, because we're going to have a Pisces full moon at the end of the month. So yeah, I've been watching the Leo King, and I've been, me and him have a lot of the same, like, theories and a lot of the same things coming up. I noticed that a lot with astrology, like the thoughts that I have and the theories that I have, I'll hear them from another person, and to me that just proves that we're all on the same wavelength, you know what I mean? But the Leo King was talking about how it's very rare to have a lot of astrologers are talking about this, how it's rare to have three eclipses. We had the first eclipse in Cancer, and then the second eclipse was in Aquarius, and now we have the Leo eclipse. So guys, this Leo energy, first of all, is fire. It's the fixed fire sign. So I really feel, I have a lot, I guess I'm really susceptible to passion. And a lot of ideas have been coming to me, and I hope that they come out today. I've really set the intent, and I've asked my guides to kind of help me, especially through the illness and the fever that I have going on. I'm not really in the right mind. But still, even if I was 100% healthy, this would still be a little bit strange, because it's really strange to channel the energies right now of the universe, because there's just so much going on with all the retrogrades and the eclipses and Just things, guys, just things. So, I know it doesn't have 100% to do with my health because on the last time we spoke, which was the Aquarius full moon, man, I felt some weird energy in that video. I definitely have. I'm gonna go drink here. My voice is scratchy. Anyway, my the only Aquarius energy and Leo energy that I have is I have Aquarius in Venus, and I have Venus in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, and then Mars in Leo. I don't have. I mean, I know there's progressed houses and stuff like that. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure my seventh house would be Leo. I'm not sure. I have to look at my chart, but one of my houses technically are Aquarius and Leo, but not really because it's a progressed house or whatever. So I'm not sure if you guys are into progressed houses and stuff like that, but I don't have an area in my chart that is occupied by not a house anyways. So I don't have a house. This is my way of interpreting it. I know a lot of astrologers are going to say, yes, you do have a house in Aquarius. It's just progressed. But as far as like how I look at things, I call them empty houses. And I give birth chart readings frequently. So when I read for somebody, and I always read their planets and I see where this planet acts out in, right? So somebody who has like Mercury in the 10th house, well, they're really meant to go in a direction of a career, and their legacy is very mental. You know what I mean? It has a lot to do with communication, or has a lot to do with thoughts and stuff like that, or logic. So if someone doesn't have a house for a certain planet, I call that misplaced energy. So one that comes up often is Saturn with no house to go in. So if you have like Saturn in Pisces and you don't have a Pisces house, then you have like misplaced karma a little bit. So when it comes to me, Mercury, Venus, and Mars technically don't have a home. Everyone, sometimes all the planets have a home to act itself out in, because you have the planet, what the planet stands for, and then you have where that planet's personality can kind of manifest, right? It's like a home for that planet in your birth chart. Well, I literally don't have any Aquarius or Leo houses. Those are the only two signs missing from my chart. So, I feel like that's significant, even though my Cancer Capricorn energy is progressed a little bit into Aquarius and Leo, it's still empty. So I don't have that, and it's really interesting that I have that Venus-Mars opposition in Aquarius and Leo, because what I lack in the houses, it makes up for planetary wise. So very, very important for us to know where the Leo and Aquarius energy is for us, because it'll give you a better idea of why certain things are happening. For instance, when I recorded last time, not only is Aquarius a really strange energy, not only is Aquarius's ruling planet on my moon. I have a Taurus moon, and Uranus is in Taurus right now. So Aquarius energy is really interesting to me, and I'm a Pisces, so Aquarius is my 12th house. So when I spoke to you guys about the full moon in Aquarius, it was very strange. And I'm even a Pisces, and I even have Mercury in Aquarius. So my mind thinks a lot like an Aquarius. I communicate a lot like an Aquarius. I have Aquarian logic. But even guys, that energy was really hard to get through. But you see, I have Leo in a different area. I have Leo in Mars. So this Leo energy has been kind of affecting me in a different way. These nodes, the north and the south node in Aquarius and Leo, have been affecting my Mercury, my Venus, and my Mars. So it's really interesting to kind of reflect on that. So hopefully you guys know where your Aquarius and Leo energy is. Some of you are Aquariuses watching. Some of you are Leo. So, you're playing a very important part right now to the karmic nodes of destiny, and to the past lives and the future life of the universe, timing and stuff like that. So these last two moon cycles, the full moon and the new moon in Aquarius, they've been really the full moon in Aquarius, the new moon in Leo, these two last eclipses, they've been really important to the north and the south nodes. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna cough through this video probably. I'm just gonna push through because I want to get the messages out. So please just bear with me. But yeah, so let's just talk about this Leo new moon now that it's probably, I know it happened last night. I actually stayed up for it. I'm from Michigan, and I checked my planet watcher, and I kept typing in, and I wanted to know when the moon and the sun were going to be both at 18 degrees. So the sun was at 18 degrees, and the moon was, ever since yesterday, the moon was gaining and gaining and gaining. Now a new moon, some of you already know if you've been watching my videos, this is not my first new moon video, but for those of you who are this is your first time watching me, a new moon is when the moon and the sun are coupled together, conjunct, and at the same degree, and that only happens once a month, right? And it usually causes an eclipse or a new moon. So right now, the moon is can't be found in the sky. It's new moons are a time of darkness, and darkness is not evil or bad or negative or anything like that. It's just harder to see, and it causes a person to be more deep. Darkness does. It's what we hide. It's what we feel. It's just that mysterious energy. And then light energy, which is the sun, that obviously the moon would control that kind of hidden. Everybody has a moon sign. Everybody has a sun sign. So the sun is the center of the universe. Interesting, we're talking about the sun because Leo rules the sun, right? So the sun right now is very powerful in Leo because that's its home. Everyone has a ruling planet, right? And we have a few planets right now actually at home. Saturn in Capricorn, the sun in Leo, Neptune in Pisces. There may be a few more. But those might be the main planets that are at home, I believe. I think Venus is in Libra. So Venus is also at home. So we've got some powerful energy here. When a planet is in a comfortable place like that, the Leo King calls it integrity, I think he said. Like when Saturn has integrity, or he might use a different word for it, but it just means that the planet has more power, right? Just like how when you're at home, you have more power, right? But when you're in a foreign place, you know how when they have football games where they say, oh, is it at home or away? So if it's at home, then you guys don't have to get on a bus and go play football somewhere else. So you have at home advantage, right? So we've got some planets that have at home advantage right now, including the sun, which is the largest star of our solar system, the center of the universe. So there's a lot of energy here pulling to the center of us because Leo's ruled by the heart. And the sun is the center of us. The sun is the center of our universe. The heart is the center of our being. So there's some heart and soul action going on here. So yeah, the sun it's light energy. It's what we can see. It's awareness. It's perception. And then the moon is dark energy. It's what we hide. It's what we feel. So there's what we see and there's what we feel. And when we have a new moon eclipse, the sun and the moon are working together. So it's that conscious energy, that subconscious energy that comes together, and it eclipses, our awareness of certain things. Eclipses bring major new beginnings and endings. Not only do new moons, it's a time for setting that intent for energy. Like, hello guys, sorry. So apparently when I put my paper down, I stopped recording. So I've been talking, and then I looked up and I seen that it wasn't even recording. So definitely some weird energy. And you guys didn't even get to see the part where I just want to show you. I have lit this red candle. It's so sucky that you guys didn't see all that, but I got the red candle going here. Jeez, and I lit an incense. So I was on a roll, but you guys didn't hear anything I said. So we stopped talking. My computer stopped recording. It's such a strange energy. Mercury retrograde, I'm not even going to try to blame it on the universe, but so I don't even really know where to start, guys. It's just really interesting energy. You just have to make sure things are going, I don't know, but we're back on. So I'm just going to start. Sorry if I repeat myself a little bit because I have no idea what you heard. I had no idea that turned off. But yeah, so I started talking about Planet Watcher and how I use Planet Watcher. It's an app. Well, it's not an app. It's a website on my phone. And I wanted to start talking. I literally have no idea what you guys heard or what you didn't hear, but I'm just going to start over and just start channeling something new. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm going to talk about my experience with the Leo new moon. So I frequently watch the planets, and for me, as soon as the moon went into Leo, we had that dark moon in Cancer, which is where the moon is before it's new or full. So when the moon was in Cancer, a lot of emotions there. I was just, feeling a lot of stuff. And then I could feel the difference when the moon entered Leo. And something that I've been noticing, you guys, a lot about this Leo energy, and I don't know if you heard me, but I talked a lot about the fifth house and what the fifth house represents in astrology. So the fifth house in astrology represents pleasure, and it's fixed fire, right? So Leos are the children of the zodiac. They're ruled by the heart. And the heart, I think we talked a little bit about this before my recording stopped, but the heart is the center of us, right? And the sun, because Leo rules both the heart and the sun. So the sun is the center of our universe. It's the largest star, right? So Leos are the kings and the queens of the zodiac. Like, they're ruled by the sun, they're ruled by the heart, and they're the children of the zodiac. So there's an innocence here with Leo energy. And there's, like, it's innocent passion is what it is. So when the moon went into Leo, I felt a difference in the universe. Now, it's really interesting when the moon is in Leo. So if you have a Leo moon, you can probably kind of know what I'm talking about here. The moon is not necessarily, I don't believe the moon is necessarily comfortable in Leo, because the Leos are ruled by the sun. And the sun and the moon are opposite energies, right? That's why Cancer, excuse me, Cancer and Leo are both by each other on the zodiac wheel, right? So we have that sun energy, that moon energy, the mother energy, the father energy, the seen energy, the unseen. It's not necessarily light and dark being bad or good. Dark, it's more of a deep energy. Light is awareness and perception and enlightenment and our physical bodies, what we can see and perceive. Everyone has a moon sign, everyone has a sun sign. So the moon is what we feel. It's our soul, is what we... So I think that's where we left off, is I was saying that there's some heart and soul energy going on. So to me, with the universe, my experience with this Leo moon is, I actually hung out with now I know it was the universe because it was just random. I've just been feeling, I don't know, I guess it's called cabin fever, but I was just, and I don't know why I'm hesitating to say this, guys, but I know a lot of us are just simply unhappy right now. It's kind of a hard time in the universe to be unhappy. Leos like happiness. Leos, they are happy. So a Leo, have you ever been around a Leo, or have you ever seen a Leo when they're not happy? It's so uncomfortable. Like, it just breaks my heart. No, I don't want to see anybody unhappy. But when you take a sign like Leo, that's fire, and I mean all fire, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, I don't like to see any fire signs feeling sad or feeling bad, because their energy is meant to warm, it's meant to enlighten, it's meant to, it's beautiful energy. It's fun and adventurous. So, if you're a Leo watching, you know how it gets when you actually feel like, come on now, the sun is a light energy. So Leos are the sun, you know what I mean? So when you take the sun and you darken it with all these retrograde energies, with all this new moon energy, these eclipses, it's more of a dark energy. So this Leo season, while it has given us a little bit more of a confidence, we moved out of this emotional energy of Cancer, where woe is totally me. Woe is all of us right now. Cancer season was all that. When is it going to end? Is this life? And then the sun moved back to home into Leo. And when that sun went into Leo, when it moved to Cancer season, or to Leo season, we had the ability to now see our passions and to see our destiny. And I'm not really sure if, the sun being in Leo is I think it's both a helpful and a hurtful thing, because, sometimes it's easier to blind ourselves, right, to something, but then when you see it, it's harder to ignore. So it gets really hard to ignore what your heart wants in Leo season, because Leo rules the heart. And I've been doing a lot of readings, trying to pick up messages for this Leo energy, like seeing if spirit will give me any kind of, guidance for the Leo new moon. And I've been getting the Three of Swords in all my readings. And no matter what, there's a lot of challenging energy. Excuse me. And I was watching the Leo King, and he was talking about how he did a spread and how he got the Three of Swords for a reading for his Leo new moon message. So I know the Three of Swords, I have it right here. Seven of Swords right behind it. So I have the Three of Swords here, and I also have the Sun in reverse in another deck. So I just know that a lot of us are trying to manifest things that make us happy. We're trying to manifest the strength. We're trying to, it's about the strength to be happy. uh. So right now, I want you guys to know that it's okay if you're not feeling your happiest. Leo energy wants everyone to be happy, right? Leo cares a lot about whether we're happy or whether our heart is full. But a lot of us have broken hearts right now. A lot of us are dealing with betrayal and lies, and there's just an energy in the universe that is really putting a lot of our hearts in pain. And that's hard to go through when the North Node's in Leo, when Mercury's in Leo, when all this energy is in Leo, encouraging us to just be confident, to be, happy and strong and courageous and brave. So it's hard to be brave when your heart is broken, right? I feel like when someone says, he got heart. When you got heart, you're brave and you're strong and you have courage, and it's okay. A good opportunity for this new moon is to kind of set the intent to step into a more courageous version of yourself, or to set the intent to know your heart's true desires, because Leo is all about being authentic. Leo is all about being who you truly are at a heart level. The universe has been showing me a lot through my guides about, children and the heart, and the similarities that children and Leo and the heart all have in common. So when you think about a child and its innocence, children are often not allowed to lead the way. Oh, you're too young, no, me first, walk behind me, walk beside me. Like, kids are not really, we're like oppressed, when we're at our most innocent stage in life. Kids are so sponge, like they're such sponges, right? And they're so innocent. That's when our imagination is at an all-time high. The world has not had much time to, taint us and change us and mold us into something else. We're not afraid of much. That's what it is, guys, is fear. It's so interesting. I heard a guy once, it was in some motivational video. He said the only fears we're born with is of falling and loud noises. Any other fears that you have were developed along the way. So when you're a child, all you're afraid of is loud noises and falling. So, as a kid, you have this big world. The world is a playground to a child. And, there's always, like, it's like the king and the queen energy. Kids, they play, I'm just blurting this out because I've already channeled this, like, in my sleep. I'm just thinking, like, oh, Leo new moon, wonder what I'm going to talk about. And then my mind will just take me to places like, wow, little kids are not really allowed. Like, why is it so hard to let our heart lead the way? Why is that looked at as such a weak thing? Oh, head over heart, mind over matter. You better not listen to your heart. A lot of people do encourage you to listen to your heart, but it's looked at as a weak thing. You know what I mean? Like, people think that that's stupid, that they should, like, for some reason, the mind is more encouraged to be followed than the heart. And I think that's what's wrong, because it's like, that's like choosing logic over passion. You know what I mean? And that really speaks to me because I have a Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Leo. So my actions are always heart-based. And my love and my heart is logic. But, the fact that I have Venus in Aquarius, it just makes me a strange lover. I love strange things, and I'm attracted to weirdness. I think weirdness is beautiful. I have more of a collective love than just a more of a solitary love. And my love is egoless, right? Because Leo does rule ego and pride because of the lion and stuff like that. And, the only thing that can stop a heart is pride and ego. Now, the ego is not a bad thing. I didn't even know for a long time that ego is what we identify at. I literally searched up the definition of ego. Like, what is an ego? You know, I'm not somebody who has much of an ego. And I did learn that, you know, having an inflated ego and a deflated ego, they're both bad. Like, you're just supposed to have, like, that's why Leo rules the ego, because it's fixed fire. So it's just the right amount of passion and courage and, you know, love and just the right amount of heart to stabilize something, in the right amount of confidence, you know what I mean, to basically lead and be authentic. It's not too much fire, it's not enough fire, it's the steady flame. It's so interesting that I say that, because there's such a steady flame on this red candle, but I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it because I'm moving it and then the air. But when this candle is still, the flame is literally so straight up. But we're going to just let our love candle burn over here. But yeah, there's this quote that came to mind. My guides have been showing me things, and I was kind of afraid that it all wouldn't come out here on camera today. But guys, you know, there's lots of YouTubers out there spreading, you know, knowledge about this, and I can only, you know, spread what I spread about this. But to me, I remembered a quote last night in my sleep that it was on Coraline. If you guys have ever seen that movie Coraline, I love it. It's like an animation movie. Like, I don't know if Tim Burton wrote it, but it's very Tim Burton feel. And it said, the quote is, they say, even the proudest heart can be, let's see, I think it might be, can be broken with love. They say, even the proudest heart. But first I have to, yeah, okay, here. Even the proudest spirit can be broken with love. Even the proudest spirit can be broken with love. That was on Coraline. And, you know, it really resonated because, you know, Leo, love, pride, all of that is kind of going into one sector right now. So, you know, guys, this energy, it's very unique. It's very strange, you know, down to me even not recording my message. So it's really about speaking from the heart right now. I noticed another thing about me yesterday is that I have an Aries third house. So I very much speak the language of passion. So I've had a lot of downloads come to me from this Leo moon about children and how, you know, children aren't allowed to lead, and therefore our hearts, we grow up with hearts that are not allowed, because we were children who at some point, all of us in our childhood, we were oppressed in one way or another. We wanted to color on the wall, we couldn't color on the wall. And then why not? Well, because there's money and all this, and, you know, like, adults would accidentally, like, suppress us with their worries, right? We really need to let not only children be children, but we need to let the inner children in all of us come back out. So that's what I've been really trying to, you know, surrender to this Leo season. I've been trying to color more and just fucking create. Take a piece of paper, draw a fucking sun on it, you know, with a smiley face. Get creative, get passionate, you know. But Leo is different for all of us because we all have Leo energy in a different place. For me, I have Leo and Mars, and that's my only Leo energy. I don't have any other planets in Leo. I don't have any other houses in Leo. So with Mars, you know, I don't know if you guys have been looking at the night sky lately, but Mars is so fucking bright in the sky. And a lot of astrologers are talking about how Mars is the closest it's ever been to Earth. Mars is in Aquarius, getting ready to go to Capricorn. Mars is at 0 degrees Aquarius during this eclipse. I'm not sure if it's moved to 29 degrees Capricorn or not yet. Is that right? Yeah, I believe it would be. It's going into Capricorn though. Mars has been retrograde in Aquarius. It's still retrograde. So to me, there's been a lot of reflection on my actions and stuff like that. And yesterday, with Mars that close and Leo energy being so amplified, my Mars and Leo was so no offense to anybody watching, but Leo energy, because of my chart, like, not Leo people, not Leo individual, but like when the moon's in Leo and when there's a lot of Leo energy in the universe, to me, I have to be very careful to be passionate and not angry, because I get kind of irritated. Like yesterday, I was a little irritated, you know, like I was saying, I'm not sure if you heard me because the recording stopped. I'm glad I noticed it before I, like, finished the whole video and didn't even record it. God, talk about a broken heart. I don't even know if you guys seen that, but I shared my tarot cards. You know, I was doing some readings last night. So before I get ahead of myself, I just want to talk about the journey that I've been going through with this Leo new moon. So the universe, you know, I hung out with a few close friends, which one of these friends actually has a Leo moon at like 2 degrees. So her moon, she's a Virgo. Her moon is very new in Leo. She has a very dark Leo moon. And I'm not sure if you guys heard me say that either, but this Leo energy is really meant to be amplified and happy. And we have a lot of challenging energy in the universe right now, causing, you know, Leo energy to experience darkness. So a Leo new moon, it's really interesting because the moon is not necessarily comfortable in Leo. The moon rules Cancer, right? The moon is more comfortable in Cancer. The sun is comfortable in Leo. So thank God we have the sun in Leo very strong right now, but we also have the moon there. This is a Leo new moon. So, you know, if you have like a Leo 12th house or a Leo 8th house or a Leo moon, those are three strong examples of how the light and the dark are merging. So I remember I have a friend named Olivia, OJC Astrology. She's great. If you guys want new astrologers to watch, she is definitely someone to watch. So she was talking in one of her videos a couple weeks ago about having a Leo 8th house. And she talked about, you know, that being light in the dark. You know, she said that people who have Leo 8th house, they're lights for the dark. So to me, that made me realize that people with Leo moons, Leo 12th house, anytime, especially Capricorn, Leo is your 8th house on the zodiac wheel. So Capricorns deal a lot with the destruction of innocence. That's why I've always said Capricorns, even 2-year-old Capricorns, they're usually very serious. They're usually very stressed out, have a lot of sense of responsibility, because their innocence is destroyed quicker than any other child. Like Capricorn energy is not meant to be childlike. And that's because the 8th house of Capricorn is Leo, so they hide the child. You know, if you're a Capricorn, your innocence is hidden. So you don't look innocent. You don't look like a child. You look serious and all this. So anyway, a little bit more back on track, you guys. Not only is this about being a light while it's dark, you know, this Leo season's different with all these challenging aspects, and it's different, guys. And I know you've been feeling the darkness, and ever since Leo season, you know, light has been really important. And this Leo season is here to relight the flame of our heart. That's why I lit the red candle as a symbol for our hearts to ignite again, because a lot of us are just simply unhappy. I don't know if you guys seen this, but we have the 3 of Swords and the Sun card still on the table from my little ceremony last night. So a lot of us are just dealing with a lot of heavy burdens and betrayal, you know, and literally heartbreak, and we're just not happy. The Sun is in reverse. So we're trying to manifest our happiness. You know, this is the Magician and the Sun in reverse, but it takes strength. And I'm not sure if you heard this message or not yet, because my camera stopped recording. So it really is about having the strength right now to heal your own heart and to literally allow yourself to step into the authenticity that it takes to manifest what it truly, because it's going to be weird things that make us happy, guys. That's why Leo and Aquarius are opposite, because, you know, we all have unique hearts. Leo and Aquarius together, they symbolize how strange love really is. If you've ever thought about how strange the heart organ really is and how strange loving another person really is, when you really think about love and the vibration of love, it's unique, it's otherworldly, it's strange, it's bizarre, it beats to the own beat of its own drum. So Leo and Aquarius together are about being strange, and they're about being stable at the same time, though. It's stabilized strangeness. And you really have to embrace the uniqueness of your own heartbeat. You know, everyone has a unique heartbeat. It's like a thumbprint. You know, your heart is basically the fingerprint of your own body, and you know, your heart beats for certain things. So it's about, you know, regaining that, like, what is it, vitality or whatever it is that, you know, the Sun card literally means that. So a lot of us are success ridden right now. Like the Sun card, which is another card for Leo, is about happiness and enlightenment and success and joy. So those might be key things that are missing from our life. Like, it is so hard to go through Leo season when your heart is not in the right space, when you're not in a heart space, because Leo is literally, you have to be innocent and like a child, you know what I mean? And children are meant to lead. It's so weird that we oppress our hearts and we oppress children in this universe, because it's the heart and it's children, and those are linked. All right, astrology says that those are linked. And if you think about it, those are really linked, you know what I mean? And then, oh my God, I had to share what the universe told me last night. A lot of these things have been coming to me in random spurts. That's why I really need to just start recording whenever I get inspired. Because I'll get randomly inspired in a grocery store and then I'll forget what I was thinking about. But the universe showed me something interesting, which is I was thinking about this new moon and the message I was going to spread about this new moon. And the new moon is often considered a seed, right? I said in one of my videos that the new moon in Leo is a time. So when the moon is in Leo, there's subconscious seeds that can be planted. But when the moon is in Leo, those seeds are planted in our heart. So this is about, what does it mean to plant a seed in your heart? Well, that means you're planting it in the center of you. You know, everything starts as a seed. And this new moon, every new moon is about new intentions, and these intentions are going to come to fruition in 6 months, right? When the moon is full in Leo. In 6 months it'll be Aquarius season and we'll have a full moon in Leo. So when we have a new moon and then we have a full moon, that those are different. You know, that's light and dark. When the moon is completely dark and the moon is completely filled with light. So in 6 months, when the moon is here again, filled with light, it's going to show us our seeds, and they're going to be, you know, either they're going to grow or they're not. But we have to set the intent for these things to grow in our heart. This is about our heart growing, like that, the Grinch, how the heart of the Grinch grew 3 sizes bigger. So when I was thinking about that, I was like, wow, yeah, this new moon is all about planting heart seeds, you know, planting seeds of love and you know, growth and stuff like that. Let love grow. I just heard that. Let love grow. So the universe showed me, because there's a lot of connections right now between the heart and the inner child and children and innocence and kings and queens. The universe even gave me this thought of when we're children, we even play kings and queens a lot, like I'm the king of the castle. So Leo is all that energy, innocence and imagination and adventure and passion and just childlike fun. Well, it's interesting that I was talking about seeds and heart. So I'm going to share this with you guys and see what you think. But the universe showed me how, you know, the seed of a man, when a man, obviously semen, sperm, whatever, sorry. But sperm has a bunch of, is known as the seed of the man, right? And if there's anything that I know about a woman when her egg becomes fertilized, right, is that it starts doing all this weird growing, and then what does it do? It starts to beat. You know, I took a class in college where we observed a video of pregnancy. And, you know, it starts to, the first thing in the baby gets is a heartbeat. So that is such a beautiful example of how seeds lead to the heart. Like, we all were a seed once in the testicles of our father, and then we became a heartbeat. So use that kind of analogy right now, and that's giving life to something. That's setting the intent for something to grow. You know, it takes 9 months for a child to grow, but it's worth it. So I know 6 months might seem like a long time to wait for the Leo full moon, but trust me, that's going to be a completely different boat ride. Like, the planets are going to be in completely different areas, and it's all going to be fine, you know. Like, it's all about setting the intent right now for what we want to see in our future. So what I did for the Leo new moon is I wrote down, let me be careful not to pause my computer here. This is every new moon I write out just my wishes and my dreams, you know, things that I want to see happen. I use the energy at the time, you know, so I focus a lot on my own happiness and my own authenticity and my heart. You know, guys, I'll be real with you. I am not in the right place right now. Like, if you're watching this and you're just not happy, I know Leo energy, it promotes a lot of happiness. It promotes a lot, it makes it sound easy, right? Well, right now, it's not necessarily an easy time in the universe. This is about using this light in knowing, you know, it's okay if you don't know who you are right now. It's okay if you don't know what your heart wants. It's okay if your heart is broken and if you're not happy. But please do not stay in that dark of a place. Use that as inspiration, and to think about what would make you happy. Get out a piece of paper, write down everything that makes you unhappy right now. Write down everything that's making you sad, and use that to let you know where your happiness is. This is about finding your happiness in the dark. The moon is gone right now. There is no moon in the sky. And it even makes me realize that there's a such thing called sun gazing, and there's moon gazing. So sun gazing is when you look at the sun with your eyes closed. I always used to look at the sun with my eyes open. It doesn't hurt me. But what I realized, because of Dolo the Pilot Man, which is another astrologer that I watch, you sun gaze with your eyes closed, because the sun is about seeing, right? So it's eyes wide shut. So you close your eyes and you stare at the sun and you feel all those orange hues, and it's sun gazing. So the opposite of that would be moon gazing, right? So how do you think you moon gaze? The moon is about what you can't see, what's hidden. So you look at the moon with your eyes open. So new moons are really, really weird times, because nobody is allowed to moon gaze. If the moon is invisible, you can't moon gaze. So new moons are a time of, it forces everyone to reflect, because it's a time where you're incapable of moon gazing. So in order to reach your subconscious, like, moon gazing is when you ask the moon for subconscious awareness. If you moon gaze, and if you know where the moon is in the universe, you can use that energy to use magic, you know what I mean? So on the full moon in Pisces, if you moon gaze, you could gain subconscious knowledge to spirituality, to your emotions, to magic, to duality, to mutability, to help change the way you feel, So I'll talk about that more when we talk on the Pisces full moon, which is going to be lit. Hopefully, I am a Pisces, so I'm going to be really surprised if I don't feel connected when I'm talking about that. But these, I don't know if it's because I took that long break where I didn't talk about the Gemini new moon, or the Capricorn full moon, or the Cancer new moon. I missed all those, guys, and I was away from my environment, tarot, and I was in a very strange place, and I was taken down another path, and that's what I mean by I'm not sure if I'm on the right path right now. And so I'm not beating myself up about that. I'm just gonna allow myself to let my heart feel what it feels. If my heart is broke right now, if I'm not happy right now, it's like being a kid. A kid is not afraid to tell you what they feel. A kid is not afraid to ask for something. So that brings me to my next point. We need to ask for things right now. That's why I wrote down these intents of asking the universe for clarity, and asking the universe, to send for a sign. So don't be afraid to ask like a child right now, because the universe is like a parent, right? The universe is like, I call it the creator. So sometimes there's not a lot of people right now asking the universe for help, because we're getting so distracted and stressed about all these different squares going on and all these different retrogrades. So we're just giving in to the stress, when really we should just come from a place of heart. So this is what this is all about, guys. It's definitely a time to set new intention. So what do you want the condition of your heart to be? Because we're planting these heart seeds, and these are going to be stable and balanced seeds, because this is a stabilized energy with Aquarius opposing it. Mars is opposite, so we do have to, as far as this new moon energy goes, there is a compromise that we have to make. There's a relationship forming between our desires and this new moon. Our desires is Mars, right? Mars is our action, our energy. That is retrograde right now. So we need to reflect on our desires. Why do you desire what you desire, right? Because lust is coming up here. Lust is a deep desire. Is there an ulterior motive? Make sure, especially in relationships right now, guys, that the condition of your heart, because unfortunately, well, not necessarily unfortunately, but relationships, it's a good access way to your heart. A lot of us so easily put our heart out there for others. So just be careful of heartbreak right now. Be careful of being around people that aren't at a good, comfortable heart space. It's all about a healthy heart. And if there's someone around you that you don't really resonate with, if they break your heart, if they hurt your heart, if they, just like Olivia said, if they don't see your heart, then they don't see you. And you trust me, you're gonna know if you're around somebody who doesn't see you for what's in your heart. Now that you might want to ask yourself, is that because I'm not expressing what's in my heart? Because you can't really get upset at a person for not seeing you at a heart level if you're not seeing yourself at a heart level. So this is about getting to know your heart, you guys. You know, the heart's logic. That's Aquarius and Leo. The heart's logic. The heart does have logic, you guys. And with this being the North Node and Mercury there, this is about communicating what we want and communicating what we see and what we feel. Remember, the moon and the sun are together with this energy. So it's about what we see, it's about what we feel, it's about the subconscious, it's about the conscious joining together. This eclipse is going to cause a lot of new beginnings and endings, and we really need to surrender our heart's desires to this universe for this. Just like an innocent child on the beginning of a universe, you know, on the beginning of a journey. You know, there's nothing more authentic than a child following their heart. And we are all children in the eyes of the universe. So I don't care if you're 38, if you're 47, you're still, there's some child, there's that child still in you. So, you know, it's about embracing your inner lion, man. This is lion energy. You know, Leos are represented by the lion for a reason. It's about bravery and it's about courage. You know, about the courageous heart. It takes a lot of bravery to follow your heart, especially when the world has tried to corrupt our heart for so long. You know what I mean? So guys, hopefully there was some valuable information here with the Leo new moon. Please pardon my health. Leo is my 6th house on the zodiac wheel. Every Pisces, you know, is going through 6th house energy. So my health is coming up. My voice is scratchy. I have fevers. You know, and this has been, I'm just gonna roll with it. And I know that I spoke from the heart today, and that I know that I'm gonna get some messages for the collective from my heart. And the universe knows that. The universe knows that this is a very heart, passion driven thing for me, astrology and tarot. So, you know, it's really important to me. And I'm very much a lover. You know, I very much love everyone. So I'm definitely just sending my love to all of you guys. And hopefully there was just something here that maybe got you thinking, or, you know, it's not about being perfect. My Mars in Leo, it's just about, you know, every action I take being on fire, and every action I take being passionate driven and heart driven and things like that. I have a very innocent way of moving about because of my Mars in Leo. So, you know, make sure you're checking with where your Mars energy, or I'm sorry, where your Leo energy is and where your Aquarius energy is. But this Aquarius Leo energy is definitely interesting. The last video I did, I was even healthy in that, and it was just bizarre. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys on the Pisces full moon, where I can get weird, where I can channel some really bizarre stuff. So I guess we'll see that in the future. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. And now it's time to move into the tarot messages. So I'm going to really try to ground this energy and just, you know, take my time so that the right messages come out for you guys. So the messages that I pull for each zodiac sign for this new moon, it's going to be a message about the seed that you should plant. Okay, so whatever comes up for you, know that this is a message. It's further guidance. Well, it's all about this new moon, right? It's all about the new beginnings that are in your future in 6 months. And also, I believe the new moon and the full moon are related. So right now, Pisces and Leo energy, the new moon in Leo and the Pisces full moon, there's going to be certain things that come to fruition on the Pisces full moon at the end of this month too. So if there's anything that you want to set the intent for, open your heart, right? You know, have the desire. What do you desire? What makes you happy? What makes you feel like a kid again? You know, what makes you feel on love and just free? You know what I mean? Where is your strength at? Where are your weaknesses? You know, what makes you unhappy? Why is your heart broken? Things like that. This is what we need to be thinking about right now, okay? Just come at it in an authentic way. That's all you have to do, is come from a heart space with Leo. Come at it innocently and come at it authentically, okay? So these messages are going to have to do with the seed that whatever you take from this is whatever you take. But to me, I'm just setting the intent that the message come out for all 12 zodiac signs, the best advice for this new moon, kind of a hint or any guidance that needs to come up. And I'm also going to relate it to the house that it's happening in for you. So we're going to start with Aries, which is another fire sign. And we have the strength card at the bottom, okay? So this is Leo energy, and it's ready. Leo is the strength card in tarot. So Spirit, I'm about to begin the Leo new moon messages for August 2018. So I set the intent that my guides are present with the collective for Pisces through Aries through Pisces. please allow the right collective message to come up so that everyone can get guidance and stuff like that. So Aries, you are a fire sign. Leo is your sister sign. So this fire energy, I'm sure you've been feeling it. But you know, I know a lot of the fire signs are going through a lot of unhappiness right now. A lot of your passion is being kind of conflicted, kind of losing the desire for things like that. So, you know, just know that you're not alone if you are a fire sign watching and, you know, you've been kind of feeling less passionate than usual. So let's get a message. Aries, this is your 5th house. So Leo is the 5th house, but Leo is your 5th house as well because you're the first zodiac sign. So this is all about pleasure for you. This is all about your guilty pleasures. It doesn't even have to be guilty pleasures. It's just pleasures, whatever causes you pleasure. It's about romance. This is about your heart. This is about, you know, just fun. So let's get a message here about this new moon. So you might want to set the intent, you know, for if you have any new projects or anything like that, you can set the intent for these new pleasures to grow in your heart. So this is about your heart's pleasure. Relationships, you know what I mean? Love and soulmates more so. So let's get a 5th house message for Aries for the new moon in Leo. Eclipse. So what is the new moon message for Leo? So we have something coming out here for you, Aries, and this is the High Priestess of Earth. So when the High Priestess of Earth comes out, to me, it brings me to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So if you're an Aries watching and you have significant Aries, Taurus, or Capricorn energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, you could be dealing with a significant feminine earth sign or male earth sign. But this is a heavy earth, so the spirit of earth is coming up for you, basically, Aries. So to me, this is about nature. This is about logic. This is about your physical environment. So with this seed energy, it's very, very beneficial for you to have this earth because, you know, a seed needs love, light, water, sunlight, and earth, soil, and fertility to grow. So this is about the foundation that you need for this new moon. The foundation that you need for your pleasures. So if you have a pleasure for drawing or if you have a pleasure for art or writing, then this High Priestess of Earth is here to say, go get a book so that you can write. You know, go get an easel, go get paint so that you can start this new creative journey. Whatever causes you pleasure. Okay, some of you may even have a significant Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn soulmate because this is the soulmate house. So if there's any seeds that you'd like to plant in your heart that will manifest between now and 6 months from now, from the end of this month to Aquarius season, basically, then you're going to need to ground yourself, Aries. There's a need to ground yourself. And this is the number 3. So when I see the number 3, some of you may be involved in third-party situations. And that's just going to be for some of you. And that just means that there's 3 major elements to your relationship right now. A person, place, or thing. 2 people and a child, 2 people and a feeling, 2 people in distance. So I want you to know that this is a trinity. And triangles are very powerful. So this is about a strong 3. So some of you may have 3 friends or maybe there's 3 people that you live with. But the number 3 is coming up here. And it's about the trinity of earth. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, I want you to really focus on earth energy for this. And this is about your body. Okay, the High Priestess of Earth comes up. What about our physical body? So if you guys are not happy with your physical body, then it's time to really start planting the seeds of intent to work out more, to change your diet a little bit more. Trust me, I'm with you because this house is in my 6th house of health. So even though this is happening in your 5th house, Aries, Virgo is your 6th house. Okay, so that might be why this is coming up because you need to get ready for the new moon in Virgo that happens next month where it is about your health. So this is about grounding yourself. Other than that, Aries, I feel like you just need to spend more time around earth. Get some plants to put in your house. Pick some flowers. A lot of flower energy coming up. A lot of growth. Spend time more outside in nature. Stuff like that. Breaths of fresh air because it's all linked to your foundation for this new moon. And what this is telling me, Aries, is that you guys need... This is all about making something real for you because the High Priestess of Earth is all about your real. It's not about what you feel emotionally. It's not about passion. It is about your physical. This is like pinnacle energy. So finances, career is coming up here. So this might, I'm not sure how this is relating to you, Aries, but this is the pleasure you have, the financial pleasures, the pleasure you have with your physical body, the pleasure you have at your job or at your career or with your earth sign friends, or the pleasure you have where you're grounded right now, where you live. Things like that is coming up. And we have invisible. Okay, so we have chaos underneath that. So Aries, there is a little bit of a hidden chaos for this new moon with you. You might be hiding how chaotic things are right now. There might be hidden drama. But the good thing is you can learn from this. And, you know, there might even be something here hidden about a hidden soulmate, because we have the 7 and the 9. 6 plus 1 is 7, and then 9. So this is like a hidden relationship for some of you, but this is invisible. Invisible was at the bottom of the deck. So this is your message. Invisible High Priestess of Earth. So there's something here hidden. It's like a hidden foundation. So this new moon is like a hidden foundation for you. And there's a reminder here about all the different pieces here. There's interesting energies here for you, Aries, at the bottom of the deck. Fragments. So you want to remember, before this new beginning, you know, you're going to have to let something go, Aries. And there's a lot of healing that needs to take place. So don't forget to heal all the different pieces of you that are hidden and invisible around this new moon. Because the new moons are invisible. So this is an invisible energy here. And for you, it's chaotic. So no wonder there's a need to ground yourself right now, okay? So hopefully that was a helpful message for you, Aries. And thank you for listening. So Taurus, you're a fixed sign, right? You have Uranus in your sign, so you're playing a very significant part to this new moon because your energy squares Leo. So Leo season is your 4th house. Leo season is very emotional for Taurus. I have a Taurus moon, so I get it. Leo's very, it's the 4th house of home and family life and roots. So you can take this earth energy that you have and the fact that this is all about roots for you and chime that in with your plant, you know, with your seed. So this is about you planting a seed so that you have roots, almost like Aries. You know, you want your foundation to be firm. You know, a lot of different pieces of things right now that need to complete a puzzle. Because I have fragments here. So this is about, you know, the need to remind yourself that you are whole, Taurus, even though that, you know, when an earth sign feels emotional, they can feel a bit fragmented. You know what I mean? They can feel a bit all over the place. So it really is about, you know, taking a little bit, the different pieces of yourself right now and knowing that you just have different versions of yourself, Taurus. Uranus is probably crumbling a lot of things for you. Excuse me. Uranus is all about, you know, instability. So you right now, Taurus, are bringing a lot of, you're working for Uranus in the universe right now, causing a lot of instability, you know. Everyone has Taurus energy, and right now Uranus, and that's Aquarius's ruling planet. So not only are you squaring the south node, but you're squaring the north node as well. You know, and squares can be a bit challenging. So right now, Taurus represents how challenging it is to change our values. Even though our destiny is calling us to take a different route, you know how Taurus is about values and about your resources. So, you know, we might not want to change right now. We don't want our resources to become unstable. So we don't want to leave or choose a different path because we're not sure if it's stable, right? So that might resonates with me as a Taurus moon. So you have Uranus in your sign, Taurus. It's retrograding. I think it's going to move back into Aries soon. But, you know, this is going to be 7 years of Uranus and Taurus. So I want you to really keep that in mind about this new moon, you know, that it is challenging for you, especially because it's very emotional. So this is the home life for you, Taurus. This is family. You know, this is, sometimes it's even your mother's energy, the 4th house, but it's very emotional. It's the house that is usually ruled by Cancer. So lots of emotion around the home, stuff like that. So let's get a message for Taurus about this new moon. So what kind of seed should Taurus plant for this new moon in Leo that they are squaring with Uranus? So Taurus, I'm picking up a lot here about, you know, you needing to make changes right now for your destiny, you know, for your heart, for your own pleasure. So let's focus here for Taurus. What is the new moon in Leo message for Taurus? And like I said, you're a fixed sign. So you're definitely, you understand stability. And you understand, you know, not really liking to change that much and not really knowing what action to take because that's a fixed sign. Fixed signs are always in between cardinal and mutable. So the card we have coming out for you, Taurus, is Chaos, which was kind of an Aries reading. So Taurus and Aries, there's something going on with you guys. So just as I suspected, Taurus, your foundation, you know, when I see the tornado card, it reminds me of how this came up for you in July. You know, tornadoes. Do you ever see those movies where cows are actually flying around with this tornadoes? Like cows will be flying and houses will be flying. So houses and cows are two things that symbolize Taurus, because Taurus is the bull. Bulls are cows, right? And then Taurus is very all about their territory, just like a cow. A cow will sit there and eat its grass, and it likes the fence around it. This is my yard, this is my grass, this is mine. So Taurus is about your resources, right? You're the second house of my resources. And Uranus is there causing crazy stuff to happen. Sudden changes in your resources, sudden changes in your values, sudden changes in your beliefs or in your traditions or in your resources, your money, your finances, stuff like that, things that belong to you. If there's anything I know about Taurus, it's that we do not like when something that is ours is tampered with or changed. Like if somebody moves something that belongs to me, it makes me so mad. I don't like when people come into my territory and threaten my stability either. So this is this tornado coming in, threatening some of our stability. This is Uranus energy. This is like the tower. So in tarot, the tower is ruled by Pluto. And Pluto's in Capricorn, which I believe trines you. So this is change, Taurus. The tornadoes, this is drama as well. So just be careful if you're a Taurus and you're dealing with drama, because Leo season can bring up a lot of drama. And this chaos card talks about drama. So this tornado it's a person, place, or thing in your life, Taurus, or an energy that's been around you that is just making you feel like you can't ground yourself. Tornadoes uproot stuff, right? So we've already talked in my July video for Taurus about us feeling very uprooted, but there's a reason why Taurus is not on the ground right now. You know, Uranus is all about alien frequencies, and when Uranus is in Taurus, Taurus is Gaia, Taurus is Mother Earth. So aliens can actually come to Earth when Uranus is in Taurus. So when aliens come to Earth, it makes Earth signs feel a little bit bizarre and ungrounded. So if you're feeling that, Taurus, know that this tornado was manifested by Mother Nature. You know, Mother Nature is what causes tornadoes, right? You're linked to Mother Nature. So there's something in you that is spiraling right now, and you have this like underlying hint here of chaos. So this could be chaos in your home, chaos in your emotions, chaos in your foundation, chaos at your job, chaos in your resources. I don't know what this is for all of us, but it's causing us to not feel like we have a firm foundation, and that's not good for a stable, fixed earth sign. So, you know, after this chaos is over with Taurus, we will have the ability to rebuild. When this tower crumbles down, what's left of our foundation is going to be what we're meant to take with us. And, you know, sometimes after a tornado ruins a home, a family winds up moving somewhere way nicer, you know. So this is about something divine coming in, you know, spiraling out of control and the universe ending that. So this is sudden endings and beginnings with Uranus in your sign. And this is setting the intent to be less chaotic. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have meditation and we have letting go. So some of you guys need to meditate about letting something go. You know, this is a transformation that you're meditating towards. You know, you're letting it go. And now Scorpio's coming up for you, Taurus, because I got the butterflies, and then we have the Tower card, and that's Scorpio, and we have complicated. Okay, so when we have complicated and chaos in a reading, so this is complicated emotion, Taurus. You're feeling very all over the place emotionally. That fourth house of Leo, even though it's a very fun energy, it makes Taurus feel very fragmented, very invisible. So there's a need to meditate right now, Taurus, and really release during that meditation. Really meditate towards letting go of this chaos. Meditate towards letting go of certain emotions that are bogging you down, okay? Remember, when this storm finally blows over, there's going to be a calmness, and we're going to be able to rebuild everything how we want. We'll be able to live wherever we want. You know, so this chaos is it could be relationships for some of us, it could be home, it could be family. It's just somewhere, and it's linked to an Aries somehow. So let's move on to Gemini. Thanks for listening, Taurus. Gemini, this is your third house. This Leo new moon eclipse is happening in your third house. So these are third house seeds for you, which, you know, you're going to be really rocking awesome at, because you are the third house, Gemini. So you really understand third house energy, which is communication, short distance travel, the lower mind. So just kind of short-winded thoughts, just pew, pew, little thoughts that come into your head. So, you know, these seeds might actually manifest as thoughts for you, Gemini. The universe could be planting seeds in your mind, with these thoughts. So if you have any thoughts coming up around this new moon, they're going to manifest and come to fruition within the next 6 months. Some of them might come to fruition as quick as the Pisces full moon, which is going to be mutable for you. So, you know, we're heading into a mutable sign, mugs. Virgo's mutable. So Gemini, you're ruled by Mercury, you know, even though Mercury is retrograde. So we've got a card coming out here, Gemini, for you. And this is about your third house, and we have denial. So since this is about your third house, Gemini, you could either be denying somebody something verbally, like, nah. So make sure that you say no. You know, I heard the Leo King. One of the most beautiful things I heard him say in one of his most recent broadcasts is that Leo, the heart, love is about saying no sometimes. So this is all about love, right? This is all about our heart. This is all about Leo. So it's not all about saying yes, yes, yes to everything all the time, Gemini. You guys really might need to discover the duality of no. So since you have the third house, and that's about speaking and thinking, so you guys might be doing some thinking about denial lately. You know, I'm not sure if you know, this is, to me, when I see the denial card, I see these grapes up there, right? So this person is obviously intuitively reaching for something they really desire. And Leo energy is a time of year where we all want to reach for our heart's desires, right? But remember what I was talking about earlier in the video, that some of us are just unhappy right now. Some of us are being met with denial. And you know how it is when you tell a kid no, right? So there's a childlike energy here in the denial of something. You know, the denial of reaching for a simple fruit on the tree. You're not tall enough. You have to be this tall to ride this ride, Gemini. You know what I'm saying? And there's an energy here of denial. So you're not tall enough, you're not mature, and like, so there's someone who's telling you that you can't have this person, place, or thing because you're not this enough. Gemini, you are everything enough, okay? You are everything and then sometimes double because you have 2 twins, okay? So just be careful that this isn't self-denial. But I do feel like, you know, some of the Geminis out there are being denied certain things. Like you might get denied for a credit card, or denied for an apartment, or even deeper, denied for a relationship. Or, you know, if you're hearing the word no, this card is coming up important for you because this is the 14. Okay, so I don't know if there's a 14 for you guys, but 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is the house of Leo. So this is the denial of your pleasure, Gemini. This is the denial of your happiness. You guys might be dealing with, you know, obstacles that you are continuously met with the denial of the innocence of your childness. You know, Geminis are also children. That's why they get along with Leo most of the time. So you might just feel denied. I don't know if you guys just feel denied. I don't know if you're going to be doing the denying, because when this card comes up, you could either be in denial or you could be denying someone else. So denial, let's get a little different with this message here, because I'm thinking deny like the word no. But denial is when you are not, you know, like, you know, you have a problem. It's almost like, I just kind of, for an example, addiction comes up. Like, you know you have a problem, but you're in denial about it. Denial, you know, like on Nemo. Like, you're trying to tell yourself something, but you know it's not the truth. You know, and Leo's all about authenticity, so make sure you're being who you are, Gemini. But, you know, there is a message here I'm channeling, that if you hear the word no about something, just know that rejection is the protection. So this new moon is very magical. The things that are meant to happen right now are happening effortlessly. So if you're trying real hard, just know that force is not where it's at right now. So if you're reaching for something that you want, it's probably, and you get denied for it, it's probably not for your best. Remember, the universe is the most high. The universe can see the bigger picture. So just know that there's other spirit guides and stuff like that out here in the world that know, they see the bigger picture, right? And they know if something's good or bad for us. So denial's coming up, Gemini. So, you know, you might be in denial about something, that you might know something intuitively. You might know something emotionally. Now, this is your third house. So this is about communication. All right. So that's probably why I felt like you guys were just like maybe communicating in a way of denial or something. So just pay attention to the communication going on around this new moon. And you want to set the intent to, you know, come out of the denial. You know, just please, if you're a Gemini watching, please be open to the fact that you might be in denial about your own happiness. You might be in denial about the things that actually cause you pleasure. You know, you might be reaching for a plum when really you know, they might be rotten or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh my God, this guy does walk his cat. Aww, because Leos are cats. But yes, I thought I seen him walking. So that's so, aw. just this little cat outside my window that's on a leash. So I feel like that's symbolic. Like Leo is not meant to be on a leash, but whatever. That's so cute. Cats. I love cats. Anyway, Gemini. So we have the 17 card at the bottom of the deck for you, which is focus. So we have focus and denial. So some of you guys are focusing on something that is like you might be in denial about it, right? But focus comes up. Now this might be a Sagittarius for some of you, because we have that woman there with the bow and arrow. That's a Sagittarius energy. And we do have 7 plus 1, so we have 8. So this is about hidden denial, Gemini. Like there's something hidden, and it might be your dark side, it might be your dark twin, but there's something hidden, you know, that you need to focus on, because this person is aiming at that hand, right? So you might be focusing on the denial right now. And you're focusing with passion, you know what I mean? This new moon is all about planting seeds that will not be denied. So it's about, you know, you reflecting on everything that has been denied from you, Gemini, so far. But, you know, you kind of, this is like a hidden pleasure, a hidden guilty pleasure of you, and you're in denial about it. And then we have rigid, which is another number 3, okay? So this is also communication still. And then the high priestess of spirit. So very interesting that spirituality might be a little rigid for you right now, Gemini. This is about walls that have been built up. You know, a wall is another form of denial. So if there's walls right now, Gemini, climb over them and focus on what it is that you can reach, not what you can't reach, not what's out of reach, okay? So that's the message for you, Gemini. Third house. So Cancer. Let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, this is your second house. Leo is your second house. So we've moved from your first house to your second house. So you've already went through everything about yourself, your self-identity, yourself. And then we move from the second house, which is all about your resources. It's all about your values. So, you know, these seeds that you're planting, it could definitely be, if any of you guys want like a new job or anything like that, or if you want anything to come to fruition about money, or resources, like if you just need personal resources. Resources are anything that belongs to you. So Cancer, this energy is all about your personal resources and your values and your finances, everything that belongs to you. So you might want to plant new seeds of belonging. You know, if there's anything that you want as a resource, this is a great opportunity for that. And what we have for you coming out here, Cancer, is meditation. The 25. So I don't know if August 25th is important to you guys, but meditation, okay? When this card comes out, it's straight to the point. There's something you need to meditate about. You know, it might be through prayer. It might be through emotional connection. But this is a time to meditate. This new moon is, you know, so what is meditation? You know, I feel like this is about asking the universe for what it is that you want, or what it is, you know, meditating, asking for guidance. Meditate on it, you know, reflect on it, about your job or about your resources or about your finances, or anything that you need to meditate. We have 5 plus 2, so that's 7. So this has to do with the resources and values you have in your relationships with other people, because we have the 25, so 5 plus 2 is 7. And the 7th house is all about our relationships. So co-workers, there's something here about the co-workers, because we do have relationships with the co-workers we work with. And since this is the second house, this is all about the people you share your money with, finances and relationships. You know, there might be something that you need to meditate and ask for a sign about that. So it depends on what you're going through, Cancer, but this is about the relationship you have with your resources, the relationship you have with your finances, with money, with your job. You know what I'm saying? Does it cause you happiness? Because remember, we want to relate all these messages to happiness and being authentic and pleasure. So hopefully you're a Cancer who's not being emotionally drained at your job. And if you are, you might want to meditate on how that can kind of change. And we have letting go and movement at the bottom of the deck, Cancer. So this is about letting go. And you know, you are the Chariot card in tarot, which is a lot like the card movement. So there may be some kind of obstacle in your way that you need to let go of. It could be a relationship. It could be something financial. But when letting go and movement comes out to me, this is 29 and 22. So we've got the 25th, the 29th, the 22nd, probably all important days. There could be something at the end of the month where you really let go of something and you wind up moving. This could be emotional movement. We can move in a lot of different ways. But this horse is ready to go. The path is clear, right? But it reminds me of your chariot card. And in the chariot card, there are these two figures in the way of the chariot. But it's about victory, right? So it's about being victorious even though there's obstacles in the way that you have to jump over. And letting go, just like Taurus, you're letting go. Some of you could be letting go of movement and just kind of chilling where you are for a minute. But we do have hope in the reverse, okay? So some of you guys are feeling pretty hopeless and trapped mentally where you're at right now, Cancer. So this moon is all about, regaining hope in the situation. Because I think there's something here about you not being able to move forward until you let go. And this is about you moving towards a place where you can let go, right? Where you can release and transform, because we have all these butterflies. Okay, so this reminds me of Scorpio a little bit. And then we have the 22 there, which is 4. So 4, it reminds me of you, Cancer. It reminds me of your home environment and stuff like that. So there might be something that you need to let go of in order to move. This could be an actual moving for some of you guys. So it's going to be different for all of you. But the overall message is to meditate towards movement and letting go so that you can transform and so that you can regain hope in a situation you feel trapped in. So let's move on to Leo. This is obviously your new moon, Leo. This has everything to do with your first house of self. And your message came out rather quickly. So this has everything to do with who you are, Leo. It has everything to do with this whole video is about you. It's about your heart. It's about being authentic. It's about being happy and brave. Okay, but we have Oath coming up in reverse. I don't usually read reversals in this deck, so the message is however you apply it. So we have this man here, right? And he has his hand over his heart, Leo, and it's on fire. An oath comes up when we're being asked to reflect on the promises that have been made to us in life. Reflect on the promises that we've made to others, and if they have stayed strong, like, is there any broken promises? Because that can really break somebody's heart. There could even be some Leos listening that really haven't felt very happy this year. I know a lot of Leos haven't really been feeling much like partying or much like this Leo season. It's so challenged. So usually Leo season is very lit and fun, and the sun is back home, so everyone's partying. Leo season is in the summertime, so it's when everyone wants to be free and have adventures and stuff like that. But it's okay, Leo, if you've been feeling a little bit melancholy with all this dark energy. You know what I mean? It can be a little bit hard to shine at a heart level. Please don't beat yourself up, because I know Leos, all fire signs, feel guilty when they're not feeling happy, especially if other people around you are happy. So there's some sort of oath here, Leo. I want you to reflect on any oaths that you have taken around this time, because this new moon is about the promises that you've made to yourself. It's about the promises that you've made to other people, and the fact that sometimes those don't get followed through with. And there might be some heartbreak. There might be some, this might stir some things up a bit. So we have the 49, and this is 13. So this could be a very spiritual oath that you've taken. Now, you could promise yourself things. You can promise other people things. Sometimes this comes up as a marriage card, because we take an oath when we're married. But to me, Leo, and this was in reverse, so, you guys might be taking oaths to say no. You guys might be turning down certain contracts or oaths, or just saying no to certain things, because, it's all about your heart. Because I see that there's a hand right here. There's a hand tattoo on this guy's heart. And then he's got his actual fist over his heart, and it's on fire. So this is about you only, promising yourself, you're only committing right now to things that are passionate at a heart level with you. You put your hand on your heart, and what do we do when we put our hand on our heart? That's what we do when we're taking an oath, right? We've got the hand on the heart, and we're taking an oath. We're swearing. So this is you getting sworn in. Some of you might be going into the military or something like that. But whatever it is, this is about your passion. Because his hand's over his heart, and it's in the name of passion that he's taking this oath. You know what I mean? So passionate oaths only, Leo. The reason why this fell on the ground in reverse is because you guys, your heart might not be in certain promises anymore, relationships. Now this is your first house. So I do believe that this has a lot to do with the promises you've made yourself and the promises others have made you. So if there's people that aren't staying true to their promises, they say one thing and they do the other, well, that just doesn't resonate in an authentic level with you. Leo, you're all about staying authentic and true to your own heart, your own pleasures, your own desires. You are what represents this energy to all of us. So right now, it's interesting that Leo is, reflecting on the oaths that they've taken, especially because you're the North Node. So some of these oaths might not be aligned with your destiny anymore. They might not be aligned with this eclipse. So this is certain things, if there's someone in your life that falls back on a promise because of this new moon or anything like that, just know that it's all in divine timing. Like everything is happening for a reason right now. And this has to do with who you are. You might be involved with certain people that are hindering who you are, Leo. So oath is in reverse. Okay, so this is about reflecting on promises, especially when it comes to chaos, okay? Because this is the underlying energy for you. So this is showing up for everybody right now, which is really letting me know that this energy for this new moon has a little bit of a chaotic feel to it, which is all these squares going on, all these retrogrades, the fact that there's a new moon in Leo eclipse on the North Node with Mercury. There's a lot of darkness to this light, and it's because the universe is trying to teach us, that when times are dark, we have to be our own light. So this is about chaos. You really don't want to commit to this chaos. You don't want to promise anybody something that's chaotic or, this is about drama, Leo. This came up for Taurus too and Aries. So there could be Taurus, Aries, Leo things going on. This card talks about steering clear from drama, because drama is what usually starts a social tornado like that. But you are learning something from this chaos in your life right now, Leo. And it could be something chaotic that causes you to, reflect on an oath. Like, do I really want to stay committed? There's a message here about the differences, and we've got these cats, okay? And then we have, under differences, we have listening, which is my card for the light and the dark. Listening to this new moon's energy. The sun and the moon are both in your sign, Leo. So this is the ultimate light and the ultimate dark, which is there's a lot of differences there between the sun and the moon. And they're both in Leo. So this is about you, who you are and what you feel. You listening to your heart, listening to what you feel, and also seeing with your third eye through the differences of things all in the universe. The differences between you and Aquarius in the South and the North Node. There's certain cycles right now of these differences that we need to listen to, because light is not always good, dark is not always evil. So there's just certain things right now, Leo, that you need to really, consider taking a risk for, consider taking a risk to find where you belong. But there's a message here. So this is all about a message for you. This new moon is a message for you. And it's about the chaos in your life. It's about the drama in your life. It's about what isn't working out, what's crumbling down. This is sudden change. The tornadoes come and change the direction of the air around you. So it might change the direction of your commitment. But what this is to me is you putting your hand over your heart with passion and, only making promises that you can keep. And for a Leo, that means only making promises that you are heart involved with. Follow your heart, Leo, and commit to your heart. Take an oath with your heart. And this might be with a person, place, or thing, but this is your first house. So to me, I really want you to think about yourself, the oaths that you've made with yourself and with the universe about being the North Node, the direction you're going in, your heart. You know what I mean? The first house is all about who you are, Leo. So these oaths and this chaos probably has to do with you. This is self-chaos. This is chaos involved in you and your heart. So hopefully that helped. And now we're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo, this new moon in Leo is happening in your 12th house of subconscious. So, tell me about it. Last month, I had an Aquarius eclipse in my 12th house. So now it's your time, Virgo, to be more of a Piscean. And Pisces are being more of a Virgo right now, because this is the only time of year when Virgo goes through 12th house stuff and Pisces goes through 6th house stuff. Pisces is the 12th house. Virgo is the 6th house. So we're kind of switching up, Virgo. You could be a little bit more emotional than what you're used to. Pisces could be a little bit more logical. And I tell you what, I definitely feel that. So, as a Pisces, on the behalf of the 12th house, I can tell you that it has a lot to do with your subconscious, Virgo. The fact that you have Leo as your 12th house, it means that, there's always there's always an innocence to the subconscious of Virgo. There's always that hidden child in the subconscious of Virgo. And it's always your hidden desires and your pleasures and everything that Leo, like your subconscious heart's desires are occupied by Leo, right? So at the subconscious of a Virgo, there's a small child that just wants to play and have fun. You know, you guys are angels. So it's very much about being, you know, a child in the eyes of God is what I just heard. So it's interesting to talk to you about this new moon, Virgo, because there's a lot of darkness right now in your house of subconscious, which I told you is interesting when you have Leo 12th house, because Leo's all about light, right? But right now in the universe, the light is being kind of corrupted by the darkness. Now, that doesn't mean that good is being corrupted by evil. It just means that light and dark are merging, which I think is beautiful because, you know, separation is an illusion. And dark and light are not separate from one another. Like, have you ever seen a yin and yang symbol? You know, they're definitely meant to be friends. So the fact that you're an angel is why you have a very dark and light 12th house. It's the Leo house, but it's 12th. The 12th house is kind of hidden. It's hidden in your dreams, it's hidden in your fantasies, it's hidden in your imagination. So this new moon is all about planting new seeds for endings and beginnings for you, Virgo, because the 12th house is an end to a cycle. So you guys are probably reaching the end to a cycle. You're actually definitely reaching the end to a cycle because all this energy is about to come into Virgo. So I want you to be very, very grounded right now because, you know, when the Aquarius eclipse happened and then the moon went into Pisces, I felt all that eclipse energy. You know, and for Pisces, it's all emotional detail, right? For Virgo, it's about reality. So you're like, what? Like for Virgos right now, things might not be too good because reality is really warped. Things are not really making logical sense. There's not even really an analytical or logical explanation for the things that are going on. So let's get a message for you for this 12th house energy for you, Virgo. What is the card for the new moon in Virgo? The new moon in Leo for Virgo. Now next month you will have a new moon in your sign, Virgo. And then at the end of this month we have a full moon in your 7th house, which is Pisces. So, you know, we'll talk more about that when we talk about the but there's just a lot coming in for you, Virgo. The sun is coming into it's almost Virgo season. You know, Leo season is what brings in Virgo season. So August is also your time of birth. So that's what I mean by you're definitely ending a cycle because your solar return is coming, you know, your birthdays. So let's see what this new moon message is for you. What kind of seed should you be planting for this new moon in Leo eclipse in your 12th house? 12, I think strength almost just came out for you guys, but it didn't come out fully. Yeah, 12th house eclipses, 12th house new moons, they're very intense. It can bring up a lot of dark subconscious energy, even nightmares, like sleepless nights, stuff like that. So this is interesting, Virgo. I think this card came out for you last time. So you're still embodying the same energy as you embodied for the Aquarius full moon. So we have Warrior. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Warrior came out for you, Virgo, for my last video. So Warrior is also about commitments, just like Leo. It's about, and this is your 12th house, okay? So this is like you being a subconscious warrior right now. And also, Virgo, this is about you really dealing with a lot of battles, subconscious dark battles, right? So this is about you kind of being at war with your own subconscious, you know what I mean? Because when the Warrior card comes out, it reminds me of battles and war. So there could be a subconscious war going on that Virgo's involved with. You could just be, you know, especially if you're having any dreams about battle or if you're having any dreams about war or end of the world type of stuff, it could be manifesting because of the war going on in your hidden subconscious, Virgo. Now this is the number 2 here, so that could be significant. You know, this could be you could just even Virgo, this could manifest with the people around you. Like if you're feeling any subconscious aggression from people, which is basically passive aggression, like no one's saying anything to you, but just at a subconscious level you just feel like their spirit is like you're at a battle with it. You know, I don't know if you're around people right now that you're just not mixing with, but you really want to follow your intuition because there's the spirit of a warrior with you right now. Like you are the warrior, Virgo. And because this is happening in your 12th house, this is about you going through certain fights in the dream realm and stuff. This is not logical. What I tell you, it's not logical. But as a Pisces, I get this because I fight all the time in my dreams. So if you have any significant battle dreams or anything like that, just know that that's literally spirit manifesting in the most logical way that it can. The fact that Virgo is definitely fighting certain unseen aspects right now because Leo is your 12th house. You have the North Node in your 12th house. So this is about you fighting for your destiny, fighting for your happiness, your pleasure, you know, your romance, your adventure. But we have the Warrior here. And I do feel like you guys are at war with your own subconscious. I don't want you to think that there's someone out to get you, because this is about you being at war with your own feelings, your own spirituality. This is spiritual war. And it could definitely have something to do with the fact that you need to release this. Now, keep in mind, these messages are about the new moon. So this is about setting the intent for new beginnings. So you're fighting for this, Virgo. You're fighting for new beginnings right now. You're fighting for a change and a fresh start, a new cycle. You know, this is definitely the position you need to be in for your birthday month to be coming in. You know, you need to be in your strength and committed and strong and ready to fight. The underlying energy is trapped with choices. So there's a reminder here. Some of you might be dealing with Leo because we have an oath. Oath came up for Leo, and we do have the strength card. So it's about being strong and staying grounded and rooted no matter what's going on around you. Having the strength to remain fulfilled even though you feel trapped and drained. There's a reminder here about don't forget something. Some of you are watching and you literally need to be told, don't forget about the promises you made, because we have oath and reminder. So there's a reminder here of a commitment you made it might have been a subconscious, ooh, that's not good. A subconscious commitment, because sometimes we can commit to things subconsciously, and that's when you say yes to something subconsciously and you don't really know that person just asked you for $1 million tomorrow. So, and that's just an example. So just be careful. I guess it's a little bit too late to tell you to be careful because this is a reminder of an oath. So this is something that you've already committed to. This is something that you've already promised. So don't forget about a certain promise, Virgo. Don't forget about a certain oath or a commitment. Now this could be you being reminded of the broken promises of other people, right? Same thing with Leo. The fact that Leo's your 12th house. Virgo and Leo are always operating around kind of the same level. Leo's just operating more at an awareness level, and then Virgo is always subconsciously aware of what's going on with Leo. So the fact that the North Node is in Leo, this is about your destiny. You know, don't forget about how committed you should be to the path right now. Now, some of you could have really promised somebody something, or maybe someone promised you something, and there's a reminder of this new moon coming up about that. But the real message here is choices and trapped. So I already can tell that some of you guys are feeling very trapped at a crossroad. Okay, and it could be with a career, because we have 46 and 6 plus 4 is 10. So you're feeling trapped at the beginning and the end of something. Like you're in this weird position right now, Virgo, where you're fighting the ending to something, and you're also fighting. It's like the end and the beginning are fighting. So nothing is starting and nothing is ending. You're just sitting still at a crossroads dealing with all of the uncomfortable energy. So there is a trapped energy here. The trapped card comes up to let you know that this is only temporary. You know what I mean? This is definitely a gilded cage kind of energy. So wherever you are, it might be working out for you. It might be really luxurious, but there's still a fence around you. So a prison is a prison. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if there's bars around you. It's still captivity, you know. And we've got this black bird here, and then we have in the other card that black bird flying in the background. Do you see that? So there's something here. There's somewhere you want to go. There's something you want to do. There's something that needs to take flight, but there's a part of you, it's like the dark subconscious part of you, that is feeling trapped, because choices comes up when we literally have to choose between the light and the dark. And I already was talking to you about how Leo is your 12th house, and Leo, and you know, is light energy, but it's in a very dark spot for you. So Leo season is literally a battle between the light and the dark for you, Virgo. And you're being pulled in different directions right now because you're being fought over by these forces, is what it seems. And I really do feel like it has something to do with either a career for, and you know, obviously it would be for Virgo, because Virgos are very workers and very earthly. A lot of you guys have job troubles, right? So the number 10 to me is reminding me of your legacy. It's reminding me of your long-term future. So there's choices that this new moon is going to bring up for you, Virgo, that you're really going to need to think long-term with it. So even if it temporarily, if there's a decision that comes up that temporarily traps you, you know, you're ultimately choosing freedom for yourself in the long run. Do you see what I mean there? And I'm saying that because of how these cards are laying out. Because we've got that blackbird that's trapped in the present moment, but in the future, that same blackbird is flying, and that's the same part of you that's here. We have a black wing and a white wing. So it's a crossroads, Virgo, and it's a choice. For some of you, this is between two people, or it's between two different careers, or just yes and no. But this is a difficult choice, and it's the choice to either stay where you know something's ended, or to start over. Because remember, I told you that there's a lot with cycles with you right now, Virgo, and the number 10 is all about a cycle. So you have a choice to make, to either continue to stay trapped where you are, or to let yourself free. And that's why you're the warrior, because you're going to need to embody a lot of strength and courage to fight these unseen battles. Okay, so hopefully that helps, Virgo. Let's move to Libra. Libra. This is your 11th house. This new moon eclipse in Leo is your 11th house. So that's interesting, because Leo is traditionally the 5th house, which is opposite of the 11th house. But this is about your friends, Libra. This is about your community. It's about humanitarian energy, and it's about groups. Okay, so this is about setting the intention for if you guys have any group projects or anything like that, or community involved things, or any humanitarian stuff. This is about setting the intent for that. Okay, and we have the Hope card coming out, which is 27. So the full moon in Pisces is kind of coming up here for you a bit, because I feel like the full moon in Pisces is around the 27th. And it's interesting that you have that 11th house energy, because the 11th house is Aquarius house. And Aquarius has a lot to do with faith and keeping hope and, you know, trusting the universe, stuff like that. So this new moon is definitely a seed of hope for you, Libra. You need to keep the hope alive about your destiny, about what makes you happy. You know, this was reversed. This card has been reversed for a very long time in this deck, but when it came out for Cancer, I put it right side up. And obviously that was for you, Libra, because you're turning your hope upside, like your hope is turning around. You know, your faith, maybe you weren't really feeling very confident and faithful in things, but that's getting turned around, and there might be a sense of renewed hope that this full moon is giving you in something. This new moon. It could be giving you, you know, hope, because there's maybe this might come in the form of a new friend. Whenever we go through 11th house energy, we can be susceptible to like new friendships, new communities. So we could be meeting friends from other communities, or communities could be joining together in a humanitarian. So this is about you really just staying hopeful, Libra, about the basically what you can see about your future, because we have cycles here, which these are two. The moon is coming up here a lot for you, Libra. The moon. And remember, as we get closer to Virgo season, so the next transit you're going to go through is your 12th house. And the 12th house can be pretty dark to those who are not familiar with how to navigate through the subconscious. So this is your subconscious hopes and dreams coming up here. And, you know, it might have to do with some sort of group of people, you know, friends or something around you. But there's a cycle here. There's a time, this is the moon cycle, you know, the same way that the moon becomes full and it waxes and it wanes, you know, it's linked to our soul and it's linked to our emotion. So it's really important for you to stay hopeful and for you to keep your light lit, because we have a Leo energy showing up for you for sure, Libra, with loyalty and the High Priestess of Fire, because we have the sunflowers there. This is a very Leo energy. So, you know, this is about you staying loyal to your light, loyal to your passions. You know, you're all about balance, Libra. So you're going to always have to consider the differences in your individuality. We have differences in individuality. So, you know, the light and dark is coming up for you too, Libra, but it's ultimately about you staying loyal to your flame and not letting yourself burn out right now with this Leo energy, because it's all has to do with some sort of cycle. Whenever you weren't feeling hopeful about something, Libra, it was important, because we can learn something from our despair, right? The opposite of hope and faith is despair. So there's cycles. There's a time to be happy, there's a time to be, you know, sad. Just know that your life is really corresponding to the moon cycles right now. And we have 37 and 27. So that's really interesting that we have both. We have 3 and 7 and 2 and 7. So 10 and 9. So this is about, you know, you getting really close to something coming full circle. Especially when Libra season comes in. That to me represents something coming full circle, because that's when there's an Aries full moon. This Pisces full moon at the end of the month signifies the complete ending to the moon going around the zodiac sign, one complete full time. So Libra, stay hopeful, stay passionate during these cycles, because soon, you know, it will be Libra season. We'll start the fall season. You know, it'll definitely be a different time of year soon. So you and Virgo kind of represent, you Virgo and Scorpio kind of represent the fall energy coming in there. So, you know, just keep in mind that if anybody could balance this out, it would be you, Libra. The fact that there's just certain times and certain times for endings and beginnings, you know, for things to happen. And stay hopeful, because hope is what came out for you. So when you're going through 11th house energy, it's about your dreams, it's about your wishes, it's about healing. So stay hopeful that if you're in a bad cycle right now, that there will be a time for you to come into a good one. But for other Libras, if you're on the other opposite end of that spectrum, if you're in a good cycle right now, just know that luck can turn around sometimes. So, you know, just something to keep in mind there, Libra, that everything's just in a cycle. And then we had individual come out again. So that might be for you. I'm not sure if that was for Scorpio, but individual did come out for you. And then we had love. So there's something here about self-love with you too. Scorpio. So this is another fixed sign for you, Scorpio. And your card definitely just came out, because it's like balancing on my leg right now. So the card that came out for you, Scorpio, is listening. So as the 8th house, Scorpio, your energy is that of a whisper. The 8th house is even more hidden than the 12th house. The 8th house is about intimacy and shared resources. So Scorpio, there's a need for you to listen right now to the universe, because you are capable of hearing certain things right now as the 8th house, like certain secrets that no one else knows. But this is all happening in your 10th house. So there's something you need to listen to. You know, listening comes up when we need to do less speaking and more listening. So even in your relationships, just know that you're being asked to listen, Scorpio, because you might be surprised about what you hear. So on the listening card, this woman is reading a significant book. And there's a quote here that says, darkness does not always mean bad, and light does not always mean good. So as a Scorpio, I hope that you know that, because everyone thinks that you're so dark, but you're actually one of the purest and lightest sign. But since this new moon is happening in your 10th house of career, legacy, long-term goals, there may be something that you need to listen to now in your present moment to accommodate for the future. You know, you have to listen now to be heard in your future, kind of, if that makes sense. And if you don't listen now, you won't hear what's being told to you about your future. Because this is very futuristic for you. This Leo energy is very futuristic for you because it's in your 10th house. So it's very long. It's about the long term. So listening for in the long run, you know. And it's also about you listening to your legacy. You know, what are you being told right now by the universe about the happiness in your legacy, or about the pleasure in the career that you're working in? You know, you really need to quiet the noise. As the 8th house, things need to be quiet with you, Scorpio. I don't know if some of you like things to be quiet, but in order to hear, you're going to have to really, really tune in and listen. You know, and this is about listening to your legacy. This is like something in the future, because we have a lot of retrogrades right now. So when you go through 10th house stuff, when everything's like, retrogrades take everybody back to the past. So this might even be something from your past coming up, because as a Pisces, I think the past, present, and future all link together. So Scorpio, you need to take all this retrograde energy right now featuring this new moon and plant seeds about what you want to see come to fruition in 6 months, because 6 months is kind of it's the future. It could be considered long term, even though long term to me, Capricorn is like, because Capricorn is the 10th house, to me that's like years down the road. So you guys might be really looking to your future, looking to your destiny, and really listening to what you really feel passionately about that. Because Scorpio is a very passionate sign too, being ruled by Mars, and you're a fixed sign. So you're feeling this Aquarius, Uranus opposite of you, that's interesting to have Uranus opposing you. So right now, if you can't do anything, just listen. Because, and this is about you quieting your mind, quieting the inner chatter and dialogue, picking up on other people's frequencies. The universe is kind of loud right now. And for a sign like you, Scorpio, you really need quiet. In order to purify something, you need silence. The silence is pure until it's corrupted by like noise, you know what I mean? So it's interesting that that's coming out. There might be a significant book that you read that has a certain message in it about this new moon. But for me, this is just setting the intent to actually hear something that's meant to be heard. We can only hear things that when we're listening. We can only hear things when we're actually open-minded, you know what I mean? So this is something, Scorpio. This is obviously, if you're being told to listen, something's being said to you with this new moon. So just make sure your listening ears are open, but you can listen with your heart too. You might want to listen to your heart, or listen to your soul, listen to your spirit guides, listen to certain conversations that you're peeping, because Scorpio is going to hear something, that this new moon is speaking to you. The new moon is speaking to you. And you're going to hear something, and it might be about the future. Because you're in an interesting position, Scorpio, as a fixed water sign. So the emotions of this new moon are going to ultimately go to you first, even though Pisces is the full moon this month. So there's just something here you need to listen to, especially about a career. We have 23 here, the number 23, so that's 5. So 5 is coming up. The 5th house is Leo. So this is about your happiness and your pleasure, you being happy and finding pleasure in your career and in your legacy. Like Scorpio, since Leo is your 10th house, your very legacy is to be a kid, is to be innocent and have fun and to follow your heart. Like Leo energy represents what Scorpio should be destined to have, you know what I mean? Because it's all about that. So it's definitely about listening to that. And then I didn't even really glance over here yet, but the bottom of the deck is love, and it's the number 10. So we have 5 and 10, and we basically have listening to your heart, which I already picked up on intuitively for you. And then the cards are reiterating that. So listen to your heart, and listen. You need to, if you're not sure whether there's something in because this is a relationship, this is like someone who's single and not sure, how you are, Scorpio. You're very scared to get hurt. You're very protective emotionally, like I'll get you before you get me type of thing. So you need to listen to your heart right now when it comes to should I take this job? Should I not take this job? Should I move here? Should I not move here? Should I get with this person? Should I not? Is it working out? Is my heart full in my relationship? Is my heart heavy? This is definitely about Scorpio listening to their heart. And since this is the heart and the 10, this is literally your 10th house of Leo. Your heart is in your 10th house. So you have to make sure that your heart is involved in your destiny right now. Make sure that you're passionate about the job and career that you're in. And if you're not, you might want to start listening to the other parts of you that are trying to tip you off on something else. Because we have the 5 and the 10 here. And to me, 5 is half a 10, so you don't want to do anything half-hearted. Not in Leo season. So make sure you're listening to your heart. Your heart's intuition is for some reason really on fire. The heart of a Scorpio, which is actually a constellation. There's a Scorpio constellation, and the heart of the Scorpio is the pinpoint of it. And then you have opposite of that, the bullseye. Taurus is bullseye in the heart of the Scorpio. So Scorpio's heart, not a lot of people talk about that. Scorpio's heart is like one of the purest, like, because you guys are Scorpio, You guys are transformative, you know, so being such a secretly heart ruled thing like that, you know, it's really important for you to follow that and to listen to that. You know, the dark parts of your heart, the light parts of your heart, you know, this is about purification. So that's a really deep message there, Scorpio. And overall, I just feel like you're listening to love. Listen to love, listen to your heart. And, you know, what I was going to say is that your emotions, a Scorpio's emotions are in the heart. That's how you get to a Scorpio's emotions, is by the heart. Good luck, because you're not going to really be able to crack that open. But that's why a Scorpio is so protective of their heart. Because if you get to a Scorpio's heart, you get to the way they feel. If you get to a way the Scorpio feels, then the whole astrology community is going to be coming after you, because nobody knows how Scorpio feels half the time. So, you know, this new moon is all about setting, really it's about those heart seeds, Scorpio. You're really planting seeds in your heart, but you have to listen first. So you might want to get to a quiet place where you can actually hear your heart speak. So, wow, that was really deep there. So, moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is your 9th house. So just like Gemini, Gemini is going through 3rd house stuff. Sagittarius is going through 9th house stuff. So you are the 9th house Sagittarius. And we just had hope flip out and flip back over. So you might be some Libra energy going on there. Sagittarius, there's something here about hope for you. You know, just like I told Libra, keeping faith and hope, that everybody needs hope right now. You know, and this is about invisible hope for you. But I'm going to keep shuffling because that kind of came out and went back in. So as I was saying, Sagittarius, you are the 9th house. This is all about learning for you, right? Leo is your 9th house. So you're meant to learn about love. You're meant to learn about your pleasures. You're meant to learn about your heart. You're meant to gain higher, like Sagittarius has higher knowledge of the heart because of where Leo is on the wheel for you. So there's something, Sagittarius, you know, you guys understand the heart's philosophy. You understand the philosophy of passion, and that's all because you learn from Leo energy. So you guys might even have a significant Leo that you're learning from right now, or learning with, or teaching maybe, because the 9th house is about, we almost had focus. That would have been really cool to come out for you because it's an Archer. So you do need to focus right now. Even though you feel certain walls and obstacles, just like Gemini, you need to focus beyond the wall. Because if you have a strong enough aim, you can hit something even though you can't see it. Like, you know, I'm seeing an archer that's aiming an arrow at something beyond a wall, and it penetrates the wall and it still hits the bullseye. So it's about penetrating what's in front of you and still hitting your target, Sagittarius, even though it looks challenging and blocked. So there's something that you're going to learn from this Leo energy. You're always learning from Leo energy. And there's this also has to do with your beliefs. So this is about what you believe in your heart, Sagittarius. This is about what you're learning at a heart level. Like, what are you learning about your heart? What are you learning about love right now? What are you learning about your passion and about your destiny? Keep in mind that this Leo energy is all about the North Node too. So as these messages are coming out, it's also featuring the North Node, which is our future, you know. We have the High Priestess of Earth and self-worth. So there is a Taurus energy showing up for you, Sagittarius. And it's about you grounding your self-worth, knowing where you belong. You don't belong somewhere where someone doesn't appreciate you or value you, for sure. Let's see what comes out for you though, Sag. You're obviously just learning a lot. Now, the 9th house is also about expansion. So your heart could literally be expanding right now because Leo is in your 9th house. So the heart of a Sagittarius is always expanding, I'm hearing. So let's see the message for this new moon for Sagittarius, because you're also a fire sign, you know. So Leo is your brothers and sisters of the zodiac, because you guys are all fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So this fire energy is definitely something that's able to speak your language and kind of teach you. So this is interesting. We've got a message for you, Sagittarius. And we have the Forbidden card. So this is also reminding me the same thing that Gemini got. So there's some Gemini Sagittarius stuff going on right now about denial. Gemini is being denied. Sagittarius is forbidden. So I don't know if this is just mutable energy or what's going on. But there's something with that. And it reminds me the same thing I told Gemini. I was watching the Leo King. And the Leo King was talking about love and how a lot of people think love is yes and love is unconditional. But sometimes love is no. And when he said that, I remembered this card, my forbidden card. Because when I first got this deck, the first reading I ever did for Leo with this deck, they got the forbidden card. And it was when I didn't know this deck very well. So they got forbidden. So I've always linked Leo with this forbidden card. And so when it comes up for Leo, or when it comes up for Leo energy, it just kind of blows my mind. And also, remember how we were talking about Leo being your ninth house? So we have the 18 here, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9. So there's some forbidden knowledge, which is a song, Forbidden Knowledge by Rory. You guys might want to look up the song Forbidden Knowledge. Because there is some things, just like Scorpios, learning and listening to certain hidden voice. Sagittarius is learning certain things from the North Node and Mercury and Leo and the Sun and the Moon in Leo in their ninth house. There's some hidden knowledge with you, Sagittarius, right now, where you are really expanding on certain topics of the heart. You're expanding on certain things that you're passionate about right now that Leo is teaching you. But the forbidden card comes up for the word no. Like, this is literally somebody telling you no. And when I look this card up in my book, it talks about, sometimes wanting a person, place, or thing that is not good for you, just like Gemini. Gemini got the same message, except it was a different card. So right now, some of us are not at a good heart space. I'm not saying that's you, Sagittarius, but you and Gemini are obviously representing this for all of us. Like, since Leo is about the heart, it awakens the heart. And some people have very dark hearts. It might not be you, Sagittarius. You could just be after somebody who has a dark heart. So if you're being told no right now, if you're being denied or forbidden in any kind of way from something, just know that, just like I told Gemini, rejection is your protection. So you might be forbidden right now. This is a closed, bolted door. Do you see that door? How there's these scary gargoyles. So there might be a door that has closed for you, Sagittarius, in a relationship, a job, whatever this closed door is for you. The reason it's closed is because it's not good for your heart. So just know that if you're seeking things that are forbidden for you, this is like the forbidden fruit, which is so weird. Gemini is the Lover's card, which is Adam and Eve. And then we have forbidden knowledge for Sagittarius, which is forbidden fruit, which is what Eve ate, also the tree of life. That's just so weird. So there's just something here, Sagittarius, that might be a forbidden kind of energy. So just be careful what you're doing with this new moon. Now, remember, this is all about setting intent, right? This is all about planting seeds. So there might be certain things that you're forbidden to do. So if you keep getting met with blocks, then that's the universe saying, hey, Sagittarius, you're forbidden to do that right now. That's dangerous for you. But you can set the intent. If you want to be this closed door, like if you want other people to be forbidden, this is like kind of a protection. I'm sensing some kind of protection for you, Sagittarius. So if you want people to be forbidden from you, then yeah, you can be this closed door. You can summon protection from angels. Now we do have individuality and trapped. So just like Virgo, there's some sort of conclusion and beginning that you're kind of trapped in. And it's a conclusion because it's successful, like successful and hopeful. But as an individual, you're feeling kind of trapped, Sagittarius. And it's like you're forbidden to go somewhere right now. So even this bird in this cage is forbidden. There's a forbidden door. So you feel a bit like a bird right now that's in a cage, and therefore you're forbidden to fly. You're an and then there's a bird on this card, but this bird is free. This bird is pink and lovely, right? So this is who you're really meant to be, Sag. You're meant to fly, and you're meant to be free. But there's a part of you that isn't really feeling that way right now. Especially mentally, you could be feeling very trapped and kind of held captive or chained down and forbidden with all these energies coming up here. But you are meant to learn about this, because this is another energy that says that you need to learn something here, right? This is the number 8. Actually, it's the number 7. So we have 9 and 7 and 11. So you could be feeling trapped in a forbidden relationship, some of you. Some of you really want somebody or something, and you just keep getting told no, or this person is just showing no interest. Well, that's because there's an ending and a beginning that is being protected right now. So in order to keep you from turning the page too early or too slowly, you're just being kind of still right now, Sagittarius. So I feel your energy that as an individual, you know, you feel pretty trapped right now and you're forbidden to do certain things. And that's just because it's all divine timing, okay? So just stay patient, Sagittarius. You are the Temperance card, which has a lot to do with patience. So there is forbidden knowledge right here. There's forbidden doors from opening. And you're learning and exploring all this. So you could be exploring forbidden areas, Sagittarius. When this card comes up, sometimes I tell people to go on and open those doors. So you guys might be just entering forbidden territory because you're being called to learn about it. You know, you could be, releasing yourself from a prison, even though you're forbidden, something like that. So that's the message for you, Sagittarius. If I were you, I would just plant new seeds of intent, to expand, you know, to areas that they're like uncharted territory. You know, no one's ever been here. So you could be astral traveling, Sagittarius, to like forbidden places. Have fun with that and just make sure you're learning and expanding your heart. You know what I mean? There's a philosophy here that's developing with you with this new moon. And so this is the beginning and the intent to all that. So very deep there. Very, very, very deep. So let's move on to Capricorn now. Capricorn, this is your 8th house, which I feel is very interesting to have just like Virgo. Virgo has 12th house Leo. Well, even more difficult is to have Leo in your 8th house because Leo does not like to hide their light. If a Leo has a new outfit, they are going to be seen in it, baby. Whether they take a picture, if a Leo has a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend, oh, you are going to see that new girlfriend or boyfriend. Leo, there's nothing hidden about Leo. They're too authentic to hide stuff. You know, there's nothing secretive about Leo. You know, a lot of people compare Leo to the pride and ego and drama. There's nothing hidden about the pride or the ego or drama. So with that being said, Capricorn, you have Leo in a very interesting spot in your chart, which is it's hidden. So there's a hidden childlike essence to you, Capricorn, hidden behind all that serious responsibility that you have as a Cap, hidden behind all that Saturnian boundary. So you definitely have that inner child, but this is about transformation. Straight up, Capricorn, Leo is about transforming for you. So it's interesting that the house of children for Capricorn is the house of death and rebirth. So there's always the child in you, Capricorn, the inner child in you is always experiencing a death. You know, I always say Capricorn, the child version of Capricorn was killed a long time ago. You know, when Capricorns are born, they are born into the Saturnian authority of responsibility. You know, you can't be ruled by Saturn and not know immediately the responsibility you have. Well, sometimes we're born with responsibility from a past life. So I believe if you reincarnate as a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, then you have a lot of authority and therefore a lot of responsibility. And with great pride or whatever, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So this 8th house new moon for you is about setting the intent for things to die, Capricorn. If you want anything to die, hopefully not any real people or anything. This is a metaphorical death. This is a rebirth, okay? This isn't about anything really dying because death is an illusion. What's really real is transformation. So it's about becoming reborn into a stronger version of yourself, Capricorn. A version of yourself that has more integrity. So the 8th house is about intimacy, it's about sex, it's about taxes, it's about shared resources. So this could be all about that. It's going to be different for all of you, but overall, intuitively, especially because I have a Capricorn rising, this has just been a very transforming, intimate time for Capricorn. This Leo energy is too close to home for Capricorn. You know, I don't know if any of you guys have Leos in your life, but Leo be getting way too close to Capricorn. Like, hold up, kid. Hold on. You know, you're getting a little too close to my heart. You know how Capricorns are about feelings and heart and love, and you know how Capricorns are with children. They're like, oh, you know, here's a popsicle. Go on. You know, like we're just too serious sometimes for that what Leo energy represents. So the relationship between Capricorn and Leo is hilarious. It is. And you know, I've heard someone say, it might have been the Leo King. He said the only person, maybe Magic Mike said it. But he said the only sign that can put a Capricorn in check is a Leo. And that's because, man, Leo is a hidden energy for Capricorn. So you know, the eighth house is something that you really can't see. So whatever your eighth house is, whatever that sign is for you, you know, they can lie to you. They can like keep secrets from you and stuff like that. So just be careful. But no, it's not that deep. You know, it's about transformation. It's about, you know, a part of you dying, Capricorn, and by Virgo season, you're gonna have a whole new version of yourself to kind of go off of. So let's see what this message is for you. Let's see what this new moon is about for Capricorn. So this is for Capricorn. The new moon eclipse in the 8th house. So 8th house eclipses are very powerful. Yeah. So we definitely have the fledgling, which is a new beginning, Capricorn. This is the first card in the tarot deck. So this is a significant Aries for some of you. But this is also just about a new beginning. Like this card, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I've read about this card, but it definitely promises newness. You know what I mean? So this is a completely new beginning. So it might not be you that's transforming, Capricorn. Keep in mind that the 8th house can transform anything. So when we go through 8th house transits, we can transform our love life can transform. Our careers can transform. It's not just us that's transforming. It could be, so since this is Leo energy, this is like your heart transforming. See her heart? See how all that fire is in there? So yes, damn straight. Your heart is transforming, Capricorn, and I really sense the Grinch with you. I know Capricorns can be kind of rigid, so you know that part in the Grinch where he's like, I'm feeling, help me, my heart is growing 3 sizes. Like that's kind of what you're going to be feeling, Capricorn, with this Leo energy. By the time Leo energy is over and Virgo comes in, you're going to be having to deal with the logic of the fact that your heart is open. Some of you might fall in love. Like there's going to be things, some of you might be becoming fathers and mothers, so you really have to open your heart when you have like this little thing that's like half of you. So I don't know what's going to open your heart, Capricorn. It could just be a Leo. It could be just Leo energy, but your heart is bursting. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. This is just new love. This is a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. Capricorn, you don't have to be so serious all the time. You know, you don't have to be so responsible. Like the only thing you're responsible for right now is your authenticity and your love, your heart. Your heart is something that you need to be responsible for. You know, your heart is the vitality of your life. If that thing stops beating, your blood stops flowing. You know what I mean? So that's the center of you. So what is at the center of you, Capricorn? What's at the center of your mind? What's at the center of your heart? Because I feel like a Capricorn's heart is a brain. I don't know why I just got told that, because the moon is on her head. So I feel like your brain is your heart and your heart is your brain or something, Capricorn. But this is 8th house, so your mind could be transforming, your heart could be transforming, love in your life, passion, pleasure. But we have letting go at the bottom of the deck. Some of you could be letting go of an air sign, because we have letting go and then the high priestess of spirit. So it could be letting go of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And there's some understanding here. You know, you understand success, Capricorn. So, you know, why would you need to commit any further to that? Like, this is literally you understanding success. And then, you know, an oath to self-worth. So right now, I mean, I can't make this up. This person is holding a heart. Okay, so there's self-worth here, 32, that's 5. So you need to know your worth. Know what fills your heart. Because Capricorn, you deserve a full heart. Even though you're like an earth sign and like kind of, you know, shy away from all that emotion, you know. But still, you already understand success. So there's no need to commit any further to that. It's all about your heart now. It's all about your own fulfillment. You know, it's about a new beginning. And you know, you have to let go for that. So it's interesting that we have the butterflies when you're going through transformation, because we have the 8th house, right? And then we have the 8th house is Scorpio. Scorpio is the butterfly, or the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. So don't hang on to caterpillars anymore, Capricorn. You need to release them into butterflies, because you've been in a cocoon for too long. And it's time for you to let go and start a new beginning. This is a new beginning of letting go for you, Capricorn. This is a new beginning of transformation, you know. You're going to be letting go a lot more easily now, you know, especially when Saturn goes direct and, you know, you have Pluto on your sign. So, yeah, it's really interesting for you to go through this Leo 8th house energy when you already have Pluto, which is the ruling planet of the 8th house. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. And, you know, another thing, Capricorn, is Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. You're going to have both of those signs in your, you're going to have both of those planets in your sign when this 8th house energy is going on for you in Leo. So that's what's setting you on fire. is Pluto and Mars, driving you to purify and let go of anything that's no longer serving you, let go of anything that's no longer pure and good for you. This is a new beginning, but before this new beginning, you have to let go of something. It could be a person, could be a place, it could be a home, because we have the 22. The 22, that's 4. So you could be letting go of a foundation, letting go of a home, letting go of a family member, starting some kind of new, might be moving homes. But either way, we're all, as Capricorn, letting go to start something completely new, because we already understand success. So Capricorn, don't you like a challenge? You want to ask yourself, how much do you really know about your heart? How much do you really, do you think about your heart a lot, or are you just working and making money all the time? It's definitely about you, definitely thinking about your heart for once, okay? Because it's getting ready to grow. And so you might not understand some things about it. So you're going to need to ground yourself and understand the authority that you have at a heart level. Okay? Take authority over your heart, Capricorn. That's a challenge. Aquarius, not sure why this just came out for you, buddy. But we have chaos coming up for you too. So this came up for Leo. This came up for Taurus. This came up for Aries. So obviously, Aquarius, this is about Uranus being in Taurus for you. I'm going to shuffle some more, but that's a message that I flipped. You've seen it. It came right out. So, your foundation can be pretty chaotic. There could be a chaotic earth sign in your life. Not really sure. This could just be your foundation getting messed up. But I think that's Taurus, your ruling planet Uranus being in Taurus. But let's focus. That could have just been a message for Capricorn, because it came out right after I got done talking. So yeah, let's think about Aquarius and the fact that this is their 7th house of relationships. So Aquarius, all this energy, this eclipse, this new moon, it's all happening in your 7th house of relationships with other people. Romantic relationships, friendships, co-workers, family relationships, whatever. Relationship with yourself. So, the fact that this is your 7th house, this could be you setting new intent for new relationships. This could be you setting the intent for growth, but this is all about your heart. So Aquarius, your 7th house is ruled by the heart and by the sun. So, this is about you and your heart and how that corresponds to the people and places and things that you have relationships with. Is it good for your heart? I know you're an air sign and you're a fixed sign. So Aquarius can be very platonic, but, we can't forget that Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius, meaning that Aquarius does symbolize the shadow of the heart. You're very strange, Aquarius. You're very otherworldly, but so is the heart. The heart is a very otherworldly thing. It's a very strange part of the human body. So this is about getting to the center of things in your relationships, sun-wise and heart-wise, because the heart and the sun are both center objects. So what is at the center for you, Aquarius? What is, and you're a community, You're about collective. So it's your job to connect the heartstrings for us all. So I don't know if this is right, but to me, it's like Leo is the heart and Aquarius is like the bloodstream. Aquarius is like the collective heart, the collective heartbeat, the collective pulse of our universe. We all beat, you know what I mean? So this is about love for you, Aquarius. This is about you gaining, heart relationships. Maybe this is about the relationship you have with your own heart. Okay, but we're going to see what Spirit has to say to you about this new moon eclipse. But you could definitely for you, this is definitely an opportunity to plant seeds in your heart. Because the 7th house is all about your heart, you know what I mean? So definitely if you're feeling heartbroken, Aquarius, during this transit, it's definitely hard for an Aquarius to go through Leo season and feel unhappy. So we have the same message coming up for Gemini, and we have the Virgo message coming up. So Virgo and Gemini, which is Mercury. Now Gemini got the denial card too. This is the card that came out for you, Aquarius. So, I'm not sure if there's just something going on with mutable air and fixed air, or if this is like some South Node stuff. But Gemini's coming up here because Gemini got this message, and then Virgo got the Warrior card. So you got Warrior at the bottom of the deck, and then Denial. So there may be something that even you're in denial about, Aquarius. You could be in denial about a relationship. You can be in denial about, and now remember, it's not just a romantic relationship. So just be careful that you're not in a relationship with denial. because sometimes we can form relationships with ideologies and certain thoughts and stuff like that, you know, Aquarius. So it's about you really doing that thing that you do and connecting us all, and connecting the dots, connecting your heart with your mind and your mind with your soul, you know. And you know, Aquarius, sometimes people reach for things that aren't good for them. And you are the South Node. This is the number 14. So the fifth house, 1 plus 4 is 5. That Leo energy. So your heart might feel denied right now. You know, and Aquarius, I'm not going to do that thing to you where everyone says, oh, Aquarius is cold, you know, Aquarius doesn't have feelings. They don't want love anyway. Like, no, everybody wants love. Everybody wants to feel loved. And you might be actually feeling denied of that. You know, the South Node is all about releasing. Trust me, I was the South Node last year, Pisces. I did not like being the South Node. It's like everybody's bullshit was thrown at me. When you're the South Node, your main job in the universe is to be a garbage can for the universe, so that everyone can just release and throw everything to the South Node. And so that does a lot. It bogs the spirit down. So, you know, just know that even for you, rejection is your protection right now. So you're actually being protected from certain things. If you're reaching for a job or a person or a place or a thing, just know whatever you're reaching for right now, if you're being denied, then it's because it's not for your best interest. So just be careful, because this card talks about denial. It talks about being denied. So, you know, sometimes we're in self-denial about something. We could be eating or doing a certain thing that's not good for us, and we're in denial about that. But it's all about your relationships for you. So just pay attention to what you might be in denial about in your relationships. If you know a certain person, place, or thing, whether it be a friend or a lover or a sibling, just if they're not good for you, then you really want to think about that, because you have the warrior here and then wishing. So you're definitely, Aquarius is fighting certain deceits. Aquarius is dealing with certain blows to their confidence. So you're trying to fight for what you want. Now, Aquarius, you are the star card, so you are the card that symbolizes wishing. So hopefully you're still fighting for wishes. You're still fighting for your wishes to be fulfilled. You're still fighting against energies in our universe that resonate with deceit and, you know, deception and betrayal. You're fighting that. You're fighting, you know, your own confidence levels right now. But there's a vision here that you need to focus on, okay? So to me, these two cards coming out for you, Aquarius, you are the warrior. You're fighting certain denial in your life. You know, you're battling certain things that you're just now coming to terms with logically. You know, sometimes we're in periods of denial, and, you know, a lot of people think we choose to be in denial, but we don't. We really just see things when we see it. And you're very strange, Aquarius. So you dance to the beat of your own drum. So, you know, you're ruled by Uranus. So you're an alien, you know what I mean? So you think differently. You know what I'm saying? You think differently than most people. I know. I have a Mercury in Aquarius. So the things that you're fighting right now, they could be things that have denied you. You could be fighting denial. Some of you might not be taking no for an answer right now, because the South Node is like a huge no, and the North Node is like a huge yes. So, you know, Leo is your opposite sign. And, you know, I just think Aquarius and Leos are very interesting zodiac signs. Leo gets a lot of attention for being the children and being the heart and being the sun. And you being opposite of the sun, Aquarius, you know, sometimes you don't really feel very warm or light. That's why Aquariuses are weird with hugs and stuff. So just be careful, you know, who you're denying. Because I know that you're focused on your strength right now. Just be careful. Denial is coming up. So you might want to reach for something right now, even though you're being told no. Just like a Leo. Leo is being told no. Gemini is being told no. Sagittarius is being told no. So in a world that says no, we have to be our own yes. Does that make sense, Aquarius? You are the yes. And even though you're around a bunch of naysayers or negativity, you can still embody your own amount of strength. Never forget that Leo is your opposite sign. Leo loves Aquarius. Okay? Just like Gemini loves Sagittarius, Virgo loves Pisces. Like, the opposite signs in astrology have a relationship forever. They have a universal, infinite relationship. So you basically have an infinite relationship with strength, with your heart, with the inner child in you. You know, it's just your job to be a little bit more serious than the fifth house so that you can connect You know, you're the 11th sign. You're the only sign. You're the 12th house of Pisces. So it gets a little weird, you know what I mean? But we do have wishing here. So please continue to wish, even if you've been denied a certain wish, even if you're at, because this is like Virgo, you're in certain battles right now. And you're battling no, you're battling negativity, you're battling denial, you're battling, you're fighting certain things about yourself, even, or even in relationships with other people. Like you might be in relationships that are kind of negative, or maybe they just deny you a lot, or they deny you of your own heart or your own worth. Either way, Aquarius, just like Gemini, you're just being denied. Maybe you're being denied of your own clarity, because clarity is kind of scarce right now, if you know what I mean. So I don't know what this denial is for you with this new moon, but you just need to set the intent to keep reaching, Aquarius, and to stay hopeful. Set the intent for your wishes and your dreams. You're the South Node. Leo's your opposite sign. So you're in a different position than all of us. You know, you understand this Leo energy from a completely different perspective. You're right, but you're right across from Leo. So you and Leo, you might not see eye to eye, but you meet each other halfway. So, you know, like I said, Aquarius, this might be the denial of certain relationships. You might be in a relationship with denial, but it might be you who's denying stuff. You never know. But this is about you setting the intent to see denial in a different way, you know, and to continue reaching for something that seems not so reachable. So hopefully that makes sense, Aquarius. And then we had the Hope card just fly out. So I don't know if this is Aquarius or Pisces, but this is your energy, Aquarius. You're the Hope card, right? The last full moon was in your sign on the 27th. This could be the Pisces full moon restoring hope. You know what I mean? Restoring the hope for clarity. So there is a hope for clarity here for you, Aquarius, and healing and apologies. So let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, this is your 6th house, bro. And, you know, Pisces don't know shit about the 6th house because we are the 12th house. Virgo is the 6th house. So Virgo knows about lifestyle and reality and logic and health and all that. Pisces, that's why we escape a lot. You know, we do a lot of silly shit to escape because we don't care. It's not that we don't care about our health. Health is just boring. You know, health puts a wall around us and it makes us feel boxed in, all that logic. So Pisces, this Leo energy is all about the 6th house for you. It's about your health. It's about your lifestyle. It's about your service and your work that you do for others, your job, okay? It's that Virgo energy, your opposite house. You are the 12th house of illusion and escapism and fantasy. This is not that, Pisces. This is about, so Leo energy grounds you. Leo energy, I don't know if you have any Leos in your life, but a Leo will question a Pisces lifestyle. Like, why do you do that? You know, if you have a Leo in your life, they symbolize reality for Pisces. So a Leo can actually wake Pisces up to reality. Only Leo can do that for Pisces. Leos are actually, they can either help Pisces in a health, they can be very healthy for Pisces, or they can be very toxic for Pisces. So just be careful, because health, it can, there's healthy things and then there's poison. So, you know, you want to be careful of certain things. And remember, this has to do with your heart, Pisces. So your lifestyle better have to do with your heart right now. You better be having, your heart better be in your lifestyle. You better be living from your heart. You better be, your heart better be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because Leo is our 6th house. So it's about the heart, the health of our heart. You know, this is about the service we do to others. Being, you know, we're Pisces. So everything we do for other people, the service that we're always, Virgo and Pisces are always giving and serving others. So it's about us serving other people from a heart space, healing other people's hearts right now. There's a lot of broken-hearted people out there, including me. Like, you know, a lot of us are dealing with swords in the heart. So this is definitely about us getting more healthy, you know, in our love life. Because the heart is all about passion and love. It's the center of our being. Pisces, that's why you're weird as fuck. Because you have Leo as their 6th house, which is life, right? The 6th house is life. Life, and we have that as the house of children, the house of pleasure. Pisces, we are, because of the zodiac wheel, we are meant to live lifestyles that are pleasure. We are meant to live like kids because we have the 6th house as Leo. So we're meant to live from our hearts. We're meant to live. Our hearts are meant to live. You know, this is about the lifestyle of our hearts. So it is about being passionate, passionate, and even we live a lifestyle of a romance. We live the lifestyle of the lovers, you know what I mean? Like, because we have that sixth house Leo. So this could be a little bit more serious, but just keep in mind that the sixth house is Leo for us. So it's not a very serious sign, but it is a very serious house. So this is work, all work and no play, things like that. Like that life work balance. We definitely need to take time out to play. Take time out to create, take time out to laugh and frolic and have fun like a kid, you know what I mean? So let's see what Spirit has to say for us though, Pisces, for this eclipse. Setting new intent for a whole new lifestyle. Whole new lifestyle, baby. Setting a new intent for it. Planting seeds at a heart level for sure, but about our lifestyle. We have Leo coming up for us, Pisces, the High Priestess of Fire. This is definitely a Leo energy for me because it's the High Priestess of Fire. This is the spirit of fire, Pisces, around you. I don't know about you, but as a Pisces right now, creativity is everywhere. It's like, whoa, inspiration, wow, muse. There's my muse, there's my inspiration, there's my creative thought. Like Leo season is about that for Pisces because our whole life becomes on fire in Leo season. Like it's a passionate lifestyle and our hearts just start pumping again. So this is the spirit of fire. This card talks about keeping that. So Libra got this too. This talks about keeping our flame burning. Do not let yourself burn out, Pisces. I don't care if you have so much low energy because you're like me and you're sick. Even though I'm sick, I've been sitting here for the last 2 hours talking to you guys, even though my computer stopped recording. We just have to push through right now, with passion. And this is about the spirit of our heart, the spirit of love, the spirit of creativity and warmth all around you. This is such a beautiful card to get, Pisces. This is a Leo. This is the fifth house of fire, that number 5 right there. So this is about us staying passionate about our pleasures, staying passionate about our heart, what our hearts want. Do not ignore what your heart wants right now because the heart is an organ on fire. And you know what I'm saying? It's this very passionate. Passion is running through the blood of Pisces right now. So our intuition is off the chain. Pisces, we have that full moon at the end of this month, and this Leo energy is preparing us for that. Leo season is preparation for Pisces, for Virgo season. Because Virgo season is the opposite of Pisces. So we have at the underlying energy, we have invisible. Okay, so what we have right here, Pisces, is the fact that, this card resonates in a very sad way to me. When I look at this woman, she looks like she's in some kind of portal. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look very sunshiny where she is. Her hair is covering her face. And she's like about to jump into another world. Okay, this is the invisible card. So it talks about things that are hidden, things that are unseen. It's invisible, right? So when we take that with the High Priestess of Fire, this is like an invisible passion that Pisces is feeling. For some of us, the fact that this is literally the new moon in Leo because we have invisible fire. What that basically means is invisible Leo, like new moon. The new moon is invisible, right? To the sky, you can't see it. So you might not be able to see your creativity right now, Pisces. You might not be able to see your passion. You might not be able to see love around you, but that doesn't mean it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing is not believing in this case. I don't believe that anyway. Because there's a lot of things that I believe in that I can't see. You know what I mean? I'm a vessel at the end of the day. So I definitely like to keep my mind open to spirit and the beautiful things that are unseen on this planet. So this is on one end of the spectrum, Pisces have been feeling really depressed because we can't really see right now. We can't really see our passion or see our love or see our inner child or see our pleasures around us. A lot of people feel like this. However a Pisces feels is how the collective feels anyway. So there's just some invisible passion. Now, that could be, more on the depressive side for some of us, but just keep the hope. Even though you can't see the flame, you can still feel the warmth of it, Pisces. It's about believing in what you can't see yet because you can feel it. So this is intuitive. This is intuitive. What do you feel intuitively? Don't you feel as a Pisces that things are all going to be okay right now? Like no matter what, things are just going to be okay in the months to come. Well, follow your intuition. Don't let this sixth house energy make you Virgo-ish or like that's not who you're meant to be. Save the logic for Virgo season. Virgos are about to do their thing. Pisces, all we got to do is this full moon. That is our major responsibility right now, is to give light to the collective. And you know, how are we supposed to give light to the collective when we can't see it? Well, by feeling it. Pisces give invisible things to people all the time. And Virgo is what makes it physical. So what we're working in the invisible realm right now so that Virgo can work in reality. You know what I'm saying? This is all about to set in September. So there's an invisible hidden passion with you right now, Pisces. You're taking this new moon and you're planting invisible seeds of passion that are going to burst into flames on fire. You really are planting seeds in your heart this today, Pisces. And it's seeds of creativity and passion. So the main message here is that even though you can't see, you know what I'm saying, you will be able to soon. And it's about feeling for us. And then we have wishing. Some of us, we got wishing and deceit again. So the same message for Aquarius is kind of here. So there's something we need to understand about confidence, Pisces. Even though there's walls and stuff around us, there is deceit here. But don't let anyone deceive you of your wishes. You know what I mean? Don't let any malevolent forces stop you from being that wishful thinker. Because the universe right now has a lot of malevolent forces in it. It's causing a lot of us to feel like the passion is unreachable. But look it, we're about to jump into a whole new world with this full moon. And it could be linked to a relationship because we have 6 + 1, right? Or the 16th of August might be very important. Okay? Or the 5th of August might have been really important. But yeah, there might be some invisible, maybe we don't feel the passion in some of our relationships, you know, because we have invisible passion here, and the fact that we just want to jump into this, like, this whole new world. We are about to enter a whole new world, and it's going to be a world that is filled with passion, Pisces. It is filled with love. It is filled with, like, you know, relationships that are pleasurable and all that. But right now, you know, the universe is testing those of us who are going to give into the darkness and just say, okay, I can't see it, so it's not there. Well, trust me, there's a lot of things in this realm that are very much here, even though they're not seen. So hopefully that helped, Pisces. So last time I did a video in the Aquarius video, I was so trippy and feeling so strange. I didn't even get a message for all of us. So I wanted to make sure to get a message for the collective. So this is just the Leo new moon in general. What is this eclipse message for all of us? All the 12 zodiac signs. What is the new moon message for all of us? For the collective. This new moon eclipse. So we had individuality come out. And the bottom of the deck is strength, which is definitely that Leo energy. The 35. So this is 8. 5 + 3 is 8. So guys, this Leo energy, even though the moon is not very comfortable in Leo, even though the moon is a more darker energy than what Leos are used to, you know, this Leo season is kind of got gypped from its light, if you can't tell. Because there's so many retrogrades and there's this north node and squares happening, and you know, it's kind of hard for us to feel like kids with all this responsibility around us. You know, we all just want to be kids right now, but we can't because there's so much stress and stuff that makes you grow up and get wrinkles around us. So, you know, I love that the strength card is showing up here, saying that the Leo energy has heard us today. This is going to be very transforming, and this is about us staying grounded. But the fact that we have the number 8 up there, the number 8 is hidden, right? It's the Scorpio house. So when I get this card, it talks about hidden strength. So please don't think that because this energy is hidden tonight, because this eclipse was hidden, okay, and something I thought of last night is that, don't lions have night vision? Like, cats can see in the dark, man. Cats have night vision, so they can see and hunt better in the dark. So this is all happening for a reason. The light is being dimmed right now so that we can do things behind the scenes and be protected from bad forces. There's a hidden strength within all of us right now with this new moon. This new moon is forcing us to develop, you know, what would it be if light was just everything? You know, we would not have any depth. We wouldn't have any soul. We wouldn't have any emotions or feelings. This is about the inner strength that we have as individuals. Okay, this is about us being authentic. This is about our ego. You know, ego is not a bad thing. Ego is what we identify with. So this is about us being strong individuals. This is about us standing strong. Underneath the strength card, we have fulfillment. You know, red wine. This is another Leo energy. This is like the 2 of Cups. So this is like a reconciliation with our strength. This is about us, you know, returning back to the state of being full. We have the fledgling. which is a new beginning. So this new moon is all about the new beginning, a new beginning of strength and fulfillment. Okay? It definitely is. It's point blank to the period. This is about us as individuals transforming new versions of ourselves, new inner strength, and new fulfillment. You know, when you change as an individual, the things that fulfill you change. Your strength changes. So the main message about that, the Leo new moon, I love that the strength card came up, because this is no better message than that. It's the 35. 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is just because you can't see your strength right now, just because you can't feel your strength, it's still there. You know, I can't see the roots to this tree outside, but the roots are still underneath there. I can't see my soul, but I still have a soul. You know what I mean? So just keep in mind that the darkness is not, if something goes into the dark, it doesn't mean it's gone. It doesn't mean that it's not coming back. It means that there's just something more intimate that needs to take place. So our strength right now, our happiness, it's all in a very hidden realm. It's back with the retrogrades, chilling with the North Node in Leo. And there's just, you know, our bodies are still on Earth, but there's just lots of different parts of us. Like Mercury is gone. Mercury is retrograde in Leo, in Passionateville. You know, all these planets are in retrograde because they're just, right now is a time to reflect, because our strength is being occupied elsewhere, but our strength is going to return to us, guys. The light is going to return. This new beginning is coming, and we will feel fulfilled, okay? Our broken hearts will heal, and the sun will return. You know, the sun will shine. Our happiness will return. We will be able to manifest these things. Our passion will return. So hopefully this message helped, guys. I'm sorry it was so long. It's just, I had that, my computer stopped recording, so I have no idea what you guys had really heard me say. So this is really, really long, but hopefully there was some kind of helpful message here for you. Other than that, guys, just make sure you're setting intent tonight, okay? Even though the moon is leaving Leo now, it's gonna go into Virgo and ground everything, right? Virgo is gonna handle all the details of this new moon and all. I can't wait for Virgo to come save this universe. But you know, make sure you're writing out your intent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn this piece of paper on the full moon in Pisces. And trust me, I've been doing this spiritual ritual for over a year, and every month it works wonders for me. So if you can't do much of a magical stuff for the new moon tonight, all you have to do is reflect on your heart and what it is that you want to see come to fruition. It's definitely about planting seeds in your hearts tonight and letting love grow. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll talk to you again on the Pisces full moon.